No one needs to look at me the whole time.
Bye, Jelly Rich.
Oh, I bring the best snacks, the others do not. I'm just, and they will say that. They will be like, you just don't bring me the best snacks. Okay. Welcome to your hot training now that we're all here. Okay, so you have not been added to the classroom, right?
I think you're right. Yeah, I haven't.
Okay, so at lunch, remind me to add you and I will put you in, and that way you have and if somebody could like share the sequence, the manual until I get her in the classroom. Perfect. Okay. My name's Judy and this is Hot Training. Yes, no one's complaining. Okay, good. Yay. Okay. So Amy Kennedy and Amy Kelly co-teach this with me. So we are going to go back and forth on when you see us all. In the classroom, there are schedules. So you will know exactly what we're doing that day and who you are going to be with for the most part. It really doesn't matter. We're all fabulous. So today we are just going to go over the difference of the sequences. We're going to go over hot power fusion, just a tiny little kind of like this is what it is, nothing where you have to like memorize that yet. We'll go over hot history and then we'll start pranayama and warm up. The way that we'll do pranayama and warm up is we'll talk about the pose, what it's supposed to be. You'll learn that, and then you'll learn how to do it. You'll learn some cues and modifications and assists. We'll just roll that all in all at once. Okay, and you're the only teacher. You're already teaching?
I am, but
okay.
Interesting. I didn't get to do that. That's cool.
They're all in teacher training. Yes. So this is what's great about this kind of program where we like mix everybody together is she has experience. So she knows. So that's like an added manual for you, so to speak. Like seriously, because it's nice because she's already has experience. I can only tell you from my point of view, and then she can tell you from her point of view. So it's cool. It's great. So let's go around and just like introduce ourselves. What is your hot practice like? Why did you decide to take hot yoga teacher training? Why did you decide to take teacher training? So we'll start with Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan. I've been doing it for past, I would say, 5-6 years. Consistently every single year, but yeah, about a few times in years. And for me, I've been doing a lot of physique bodybuilding, and so my body's kind of stiff, and I've always been doing hot yoga, so I want to improve my practice in that sense. And the bonus is that I'm
going to ask you to hold that because we're recording this.
Okay. And the bonus is that I get to teach after I get into class, right? So yeah, that's me. Okay, then she said you gotta hold this.
And you're an extended.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Judy. We already figured out that I cry all the time. I hate it.
Don't, I'm a sympathetic crier.
Oh, they will all be weeping forever. I have worked with kids for 30 years, and I get beat up a lot with the population I work with. And I had open heart surgery last May, so I decided to do something else. And this is it.
This one.
I don't love hot yoga.
Where you start the day.
I like yin, so I like sitting and just. But I'm just going to take it all, and so I came to do the just to see what there was. But I'm going to take both programs, and this they offered first, so I'll learn to love it.
Are you an extended or intensive?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fast track or slow track, basically.
Fast track. Fast track. So. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
All right.
Morning, everyone. My name is Jenna. Yeah, I've been doing yoga for, gosh, almost 15, probably longer now, 15, 16 years now. I took the fast track. Gosh, 2 years ago. Had a great group, fell in love. I'm a performance dietitian, so I do a lot of like nutrition with people, nutrition work. I like had a whirlwind of a year in the year of the snake in 2025, and I wound up in my office. I moved from my office to a new office, and it's a hot yoga room. And I was like, well, shoot, I have my RYT, and I am teaching, or I'm like helping people with their nutrition. And I really want to like get people off their rears and like into their bodies. And so and using medical nutrition therapy, which is like covered by health insurance, I figured out a way to have it also cover yoga through my practice. So I'm like really excited to offer hot yoga and yoga in general for my patients through their insurance starting in like March. So yeah, it's a big dream, but I'm excited for it. So yeah, that's kind of my story.
Do you have a class here that you do?
I never did it, and I wish I had. So if you guys like, just as a piece of advice, like if you are even thinking about teaching, like after you get your certification, I would recommend like doing an internship or doing, because that was my biggest regret. It's really hard to get in once you're graduated out of the system. So yeah.
So, I don't have any pull at all whatsoever here, just so you know, but I like to give advice and sound like I do. If you're interested, I would send a message to like Kristen and Austin and just say, hey, can I get on the sub list?
Oh, I like that idea. Just to sub. Okay.
Just to sub, and that way you get to choose like when you're able to teach.
I like that.
And just like try that. Just say, hey, I graduated, da 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 da. You know.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
My name is Angie. I started yoga with my friend Rosa. She brought me for beginners for Vinyasa. And I keep asking her, I was like, hey, let's try hot yoga. Let's try hot yoga. And she's like, no, I don't like hot yoga. So one morning I was like, I'm going by myself. So I just got to hot yoga. And I love hot yoga. It's my favorite. It helps me a lot with my joints, I feel in my skin. And I mean, later started going more with Janine Sundays. And one day I mentioned her, oh, kind of want to try it. I think it's been 8 years I've been doing hot yoga, but 3 years, maybe more, like every week. And I mentioned her and she said, yeah, you should do it. And she was like pushing me, and I'm here.
And here you are.
Here I am.
19
Here I am.
Here you are.
Here I am.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Hannah. My mom wanted to lose weight like 15 years ago, and there was a big Bikram yoga sign, and that we were just like, all right, let's try this out. And so I started doing it then, and then I quit for a few years, but I really loved it when I did it. So then I just started taking it here. And then, yeah, I heard about the class from the teachers, and I like regular yoga as well. So I'm also doing it all. So me and you, girl, we're taking both courses and doing hot and vinyasa. So I'm super excited, and I'm doing the internship. So I can't wait. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Beck. I've been doing hot yoga for the last couple years. I love Janine's class and her Madonna playlist. Yeah, I really like hot yoga. I'm really passionate about cueing like for people who have injuries and stuff like that. I myself am recovering from a knee injury and just trying to like figure out what hurts it, because it's always the next day that I feel it. It's never in the moment. So it's just been a slow process of trying to figure out which poses are actually hurting me, and just hoping to offer modifications for people who have common injuries. So that's something I'm really passionate about. So
Thank you.
I recommend infrared light.
Infrared light.
Yeah.
That's why I loosen up the muscles and just overall, when you lose things, it's all kind of great benefits for it. But it's specifically for muscle tension and like injuries, sure.
Thank you.
Definitely.
So I needed a yoga studio. I wanted to start taking yoga like years ago, probably like 11, 12 years ago. And my cousin who lives in Florida found this studio while I was living here, found this studio. She said, that's perfect. That'll be perfect. Just go. So I started with vinyasa. I am not a vinyasa person. I just it's like running, like runners get high and the runners high and run, and people go to vinyasa and get that yoga high. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. So I took a hot class, and the very first hot class I did was like 6 o'clock in the morning, because I'm a real morning person. And this poor girl, I went in, there was like 5 people. We were in that big studio over there, and I'm just like, oh, this is so good. I love this. And then all of a sudden I was like, I'm going to throw up and I need to get out of here. And I started to panic. I rolled up my mat, not knowing like yoga etiquette in the classroom or any, I was just like, I'm out. Rolled up my mat, took it, and she's like, are you okay? I'm like, I just gotta go. She's like, okay, what is she gonna do? Tackle me. So I left. And then I was like, oh my God, that was the most horrific thing I've ever done in my life. But then I realized, I'm like, well, first of all, it was 6 o'clock in the morning and you probably drank coffee before you came and you didn't eat anything and you're not really a water person. So like all of those things just played into it. And so then I started going regularly at night. I was like, I'm going to go at night. And one of my favorite teachers is Morgan. I don't know if you all, okay. So she's one of my favorite teachers. She ended up being the teacher who led the training. I was in the first hot yoga teacher training. So I did my 200 and I just did hot because I wasn't doing vinyasa. And so I know what that path is like, and it can be a lot, but it was worth it. And here I am teaching it now. So there it is. I teach 9 o'clock on Sundays at Pikes Peak and 5:45 downstairs on Tuesdays. So come see me. Also come see all the other ones, all the other hot teachers too, and both the Amy's as well. So let's start with history because you talked about your knees. So this is what we know because it wasn't written down. There is a whole chart in your classroom that says history. It's really tiny. You're gonna have to like really blow it up. We've tried to figure out how to print it, and I haven't really given it a lot of attention. So that's why it's not printed. Once I can figure out how to do that one day soon, I think we'll print it out so that you can all see it. So this is a rumor. So Ghosh, back in, I don't know how long ago, but in Calcutta, in India, he had a yoga therapy. So yoga therapy is really big over in India. People don't do yoga over there like we do yoga over here. So over there, it's less about asana and more about meditation and more about mantras and those aspects, pranayama, those aspects of yoga versus asana. And if you were to look, I think it's in the sutras. I think yoga is mentioned like 3 times, and the sutras are like this much. So asana mainly was over there was used for yoga therapy. So everybody had like a yoga therapy school. So Bikram had one as well. So Ghosh had one. He had 84 poses. There are some studios that will do the 84 poses. It is all of the 26 that you're going to learn, and it goes very, very fast. There's handstands and back bends, wheel. So it goes more in depth in some of the poses. I have a hard time finding it online. It's like a Google rabbit hole that you have to go down to like figure out like who to click and where to go to actually get it, but it's out there. And so he had these 84 poses in his yoga therapy school, and Bikram hurt his knee. And he came, this is the rumor, he came to Ghosh and said, hey, this blah, 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 this is what's wrong, da, 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 da. And Ghosh said, take these 26 poses, these 2 breaths, and here you go. And that will help your knee. And so that is the rumor. Of course, he'll never admit to that. We don't like Bikram. We try not to like discuss him a lot. Yes. However, aside from that, him as a human being and the guru he thinks he is in his little black Speedo on his velvet chair in this hot room, whatever, the practice is a smart practice. If you really think about the practice, wherever you're moving all 6 movements of the spine, when you go one way, you go the other way. When you go forward, you go back. When you go to the left, you go to the right, and so forth. The floor sequence mimics the standing sequence. So what you do standing, you also do on the floor. So a lot of it mimics it. And when you're done, the reason why you feel so good, mainly because, it's heat and it's hot, and that's just exhilarating sometimes anyway to survive 60 minutes. It also feeds your body in all different directions. So it's a really smart practice. So I am grateful for that, but that's where my gratitude ends as far as he's concerned. You're free to make up your own minds. So there's that. So that's why we don't call it Bikram. We call it 26 and 2. We call it hot yoga. Yeah.
Does that still have a copyright over it?
I'm sorry?
Does he still have a copyright on it?
He does not have a copyright on it. He tried to copyright it.
Didn't he claim he invented it?
Yes, so while he was over there, Shirley MacLaine went to India. She's a very spiritual, she's an actress. She's very spiritual. So she's like really into like all of that spiritual realm space and came into hot yoga. And by the way, hot yoga over there does not have one heater and does not have any humidity because the country itself has the heat and humidity. So she went and she took a hot yoga class from him. And then she was like, oh my God, this is great. All my people will love it. So bring it over to, into America. And he brought it in through California because that's where she lived. All of actresses and actors and like that sector of people started doing hot yoga. So he had to come up with heaters to make the room exactly the temperature it needed to be, along with the humidity, which I'm sure was a battle within itself. The traditional hot yoga is 90 minutes. We made a 60-minute over here, for whatever reason, because we like things easy. I don't know. I don't know how it came about, but it's 60 minutes. But the normal hot, if you go through Bikram training, they do two 90-minute classes every single day. Every single day. And then their teacher training section that has to do with postures and everything is done in the heated room too. So they spend a lot of time in the heated room. A lot. We don't. No one wants to be around me if I'm in a hot room for 3 hours. So we don't have a 90-minute class on the schedule here. I'm trying really, really hard to get one on there because they are like the most fun ever, I think. I also question my life choices while I'm taking a 90-minute hot class, but that's besides the point. So that's how it came over here, and then he franchised it. So he went to court and he tried to copyright the 26 poses, to which the judge turned around and said, yoga's been here for over 5,000 years, go home. And he was like, okay. So, but this is what he teaches. I know nothing about, like, except for what I said, what his training entails. It is what it is. So, and then here we are, continuing. We do modifications because we're Cambio. It is in your rubric, so you will learn all about that too. But that you offer modifications, that you offer assist, that you don't force students into doing what's uncomfortable for them, that they get self-autonomy, they get to make that choice, those types of things. That is part of what Cambio is all about, is being accessible to everybody. Everybody. I've had somebody do a hot yoga class sitting in a chair for the standing. So that's what we're here for. So that is the hugest difference between how we teach it and how Bikram teaches it.
Yeah. How come it says that when we observe our classes not to observe a chair yoga class?
Well, we don't have a chair yoga class.
Oh, okay.
I think for us, they're trying to have us learn a specific sequence, either the vinyasa or the hot.
Okay.
So something that's not specifically that, they say don't do it just so you can learn the sequence that you're trying to learn.
Yeah, because chair yoga is different than any kind of yoga. Just like adaptive is different, beginners is different, yin, restore, power vinyasa is different than regular vinyasa, in-betweeners, beginners, all of those. You want to stick to what you're learning and stay that way so that your mind doesn't get, well, wait a minute, I saw this over here, so I'm going to stick it in. Because when you learn vinyasa, I do know that you are required to learn and teach the Cambio sequence. Like, there's no freedom in that. Like, that is what you learn, and they have taken time to craft it to make sure that it is good for learning and good for the body, and it's a smart sequence.
Do you guys offer, so unrelated, do you guys offer chair yoga, like teacher training?
No. No. I learned from Instagram. And from Morgan. So Morgan, in her adaptive class, she uses chairs in adaptive, but you can't observe in an adaptive class. You're not, unless you're applied for an internship, and she takes care of that, and that's a whole thing. So that may be something that you might be interested in, is once you're all done, and you will have Morgan. I think Extended should have Morgan too, where Morgan comes in and actually takes you through an adaptive class and talks to you about that. She's very passionate about it. So, and she'll let you know if you're interested, like what the rules are. It's not a guaranteed thing. She like interviews you and talks to you and does all the things. It's a safe space for those that need it. There are people who come in on canes, and there are people who come in wheelchairs, and some can't get out of the wheelchair. Like it really is in depth. And she's very passionate, so she's very choosy, as she should be. Apparently, we just let anybody into Hot because you were no, I'm just kidding. Okay, I just want to say one more thing about me. So I can go off on tangents all day long, and you will learn nothing. So if I'm going on a tangent, somebody call me out. I also talk really, really fast. That's just how I speak. If I'm talking too fast, please tell me. If you don't understand something, sometimes I talk Russian and I don't even know it. And so no one understands my words, except for the one guy in class who started talking to me in Russian. I was like, I was just kidding. So please ask questions. Please stop me. Don't be afraid, because I will not be offended in any way. I promise. A couple more things. So history. Anybody have any questions on Hot history? It's pretty much the story that we know. It's kind of like the Bible, it was written way back in the day, and we're just going by whoever the last person is who tells us the story that is true. And then we make our own decisions. You can look it up too. You can also watch the documentary if you wish to, but you don't have to. Okay, let's just go through a couple of things. Your requirements. So this is in the classroom. Okay, there is the baby teachers. That is everybody except for Jenna. You're all baby teachers. Okay, and then Jenna's going to be over here in the 200-hour teacher because she's already graduated. So it has all of your posture clinics, which are the next Saturdays in February from 9 to 3. We will always meet in this class. There is a hot power fusion class downstairs from 8 to 9. We do not want to be in that room at 9:05 because it'll be yucky. And then all your practice teaches are listed here, and the location that they're listed in. So you are required to come to those as well. Some of those you'll be practicing the sequence teaching. Some you'll learn hot power fusion from Amy Kelly. Amy Kennedy will be there too. You'll do posture, asana cleanup with me. And then there's modifications and assists with Amy Kelly. I think I'm really on a roll here. And I can't remember if there were other things that are on there too, but that is mainly what all of that is. So baby teachers, your teach out is on April 25th from 9 to 1. That is when intensive is having their teach out. Extended is going to go with the intensive, so you don't have to wait all the way till December. We just had 2 other people who were in the last class who were in extended who taught out prior to getting their 200-hour, and it has been approved by Amber and Austin, so you guys are fine. So Jenna, I'm going to give you a choice since you're the only one that would teach out on 3/14. You can come and teach out on April 25th if you prefer, and teach out with everybody else, or you can teach out on March 14th. That's totally your choice.
Yeah, I think 14.
March 14th?
Yeah.
Okay.
9
o'clock. And no, we're gonna have to do 8 to 9. We're gonna have to do like 9. We'll do 9 o'clock. We'll be downstairs, so it'll be in full heat.
Okay.
Yeah. And the rest of you will be at Pikes Peak, and it will be in full heat. Just so you know.
So 95 degrees?
Mm-hmm. Yep, about that. So Jenna, we're gonna see if we can get somebody for you to teach out too. Okay, and then yeah. Okay.
I still get over it. I still get to chat over it because otherwise I'll like procrastinate and I'll forget all these things. All right, guys.
That's me. I do the same thing. So I'm just going to go with all of it. I think you guys have been told that you have to do observations. Is that true? Yeah. Okay. One of your observations, I need you to be in a hot. These are the teachers that you're so Katie Torres is listed there. She's moving, and I don't know when she's moving, and I don't know who's taking over her classes. So we're going to take her off the schedule. Only because I don't know when she's leaving, and I don't know. And because if an intern takes that class, I don't want you to observe an intern. There's nothing wrong with interns. I want you to observe people who have been teaching for a couple of years, who really know the sequence, really know the cues. It's a totally different from taking a class from an intern versus someone who's brand new. I shouldn't say intern, someone who's brand new versus someone who has experience. I think you learn more, but there's nothing wrong with someone who's brand new too, because sometimes I get cues from them. So there's that. So one observation with Amy, Morgan, or myself. It is in the classroom. So if you go in the Google Classroom, you go under classwork. And under that tab, it has during lunch, when I'm not recording, I'll go ahead and bring up the classroom and I'll show you where everything is. And then we'll put you in the classroom too. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's it. I don't think I have any questions on what your requirements are. Well, good.
Actually, I'm sorry.
Sure.
Okay, I was gonna ask, teach out, like what is,
You teach the entire sequence.
then after that, like,
Well, then I pass you or I fail you.
oh, okay. Then like you're a certified hot yoga teacher?
Once you get your 200-hour teacher training certificate, yes,
Uh-huh.
you are. Yep. Jenna will be able to go teach because she's already a 200-hour teacher. So this is what happens when we combine the things. Like you can't go teach vinyasa tomorrow. You have to wait till you get your certificate, right? And so I will not give you your certificate until you can graduate 200-hour, and then I'll give you your certificate then.
Teach a class and you watch, or do we do it just in front of you and then you decide if we're able to teach a class?
So you'll partner up and you'll teach somebody, and then you'll switch. And it'll be the same way in vinyasa. Vinyasa is handled the same exact way. You will teach somebody in your sangha, and they'll teach you. And the teachers, all the leads who have been here teaching you all your stuff, will like walk around or sit and listen. And that's what we do. Is we usually sit because we don't have like 15 people, so there's plenty of room to have you all in like one room. And it sounds weird because you're all talking at the same time. Does anybody know Goy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Goy went through hot teacher training with me, and she was over there downstairs teaching next to the stereo. She was teaching somebody, and then I was teaching somebody, and somebody else was teaching somebody over here. And I don't know if there was somebody else. I think somebody was right there. So when it got down to Kapalabhati and you clap like this, Goy was so loud. She's like, entering airport. And it was great. Don't get me wrong, but it was loud. We all had to wait till she was done so we could do it. So our person was, it was the funniest thing in the whole world. We just loved that because she's so soft spoken, like so soft spoken. And then all of a sudden she was like, it was great. It was so good. It was so good. Okay, we have 3 sequences. We have 4 sequences. We have a 60-minute class, which is what you will all be learning, which is what you will all be required to learn, to memorize, and to teach. The great thing about a hot sequence is once you learn it, you never have to learn it again because it never changes, which was a box I checked when I found out vinyasa changes all the time. I was like, no. So there's a lot of consistency in a hot sequence, which is great. So you may think, oh, well, then I take the same hot class over and over and over again. Where do I go with that? You learn how to go within. It's a meditative practice because we do one pose at a time and then we take a break. Whereas vinyasa, you flow from one pose to the next. We don't do that. There's 60 minutes, there's 75 minutes, and there is 90 minutes. You're just required to learn the 60 minutes. So in the classroom, I will show you, we have two tabs for sequences. One is 65, 75, and 90. You're not going to pay attention to, actually, I'm probably going to take that out. You will just worry about the 60-minute one. And it tells you all the poses and it tells you how long you hold the poses for. So this is a time sequence. So with time, you need to make sure that you stay on time. In vinyasa, you can skip a pose. You can add in a pose if you've taught too fast or you don't have enough in your sequence. If you've gone over, you can always take a couple of things out. There's nothing to take out here, and there's nothing to add here. I mean, you can add a double set, but you're not required to do that yet. So you have to make sure that you're within time. And just so you know, we've had people think that it was a 90-minute class and taught a 60-minute class and a 90-minute class. I have gone over probably like 5 minutes, used to be my thing. And then I would end 10 minutes early that because I was trying to compensate for like, I mean, I don't want to go over, so I'm gonna talk really fast. And so now I get it. So every now and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm still on time. Because you'll get to the floor at a certain time, which is how you kind of can gauge where you are in the sequence. And the easiest way to do that, I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit. The easiest way to do that is your playlist. So my playlist at a certain time, I will have 2 slow songs. When the song Clocks comes on, I better be on the floor or almost there. Because if I'm not, then I'm late. And how do you figure that out? Everything has a time. So if you add up all the standing times, right, and you play 2 songs, second song you need to be on the floor, that gives you time to get there. Just a little hint. You can probably do the same thing with vinyasa too. When you weave in like core, like when you get to core or when you get to the floor. Again, you guys come down to the floor for a while. I don't really know the sequence that well. I'm assuming that's what you do because that makes sense in my brain and my brain only. Any questions on that? Oh, and then there's hot power fusion. Hot power fusion is a combination of the hot sequence, but it'll float a little bit. So you'll go from eagle to nesting eagle to balancing stick. In the balancing, you'll go from Dandayamana Janyushasana, forehead to knee pose, right into Dandayamana Dhanurasana, standing bow. So those are like little, and there's a little warrior series in there too. So it's kind of like the combination between vinyasa and hot, but it's more active. And you'll learn it because you'll spend a couple of hours with Amy going over that as well. So that's to look forward to. Okay. Any questions? Are you all thoroughly confused? Are you thoroughly confused now?
Yeah.
I love that. Good. Yes.
So what is there like a required type of music that we play here? Or you play it here?
Well, so no curse words. Make it like we're not gonna do Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna do Naughty by Nature. Like those types of things. And a lot of country songs we're not gonna do. If you go on Spotify, so go on Spotify and you will just go through all the hot teachers. A lot of us have a lot of our playlists on there, not all of them, a lot of them. I know Kristen Mack has amazing playlists as well. Missy Romero, she teaches Monday nights at 7:15 up here. I love her playlist too. I know Scott Layman, he's Thursday at 7:15 up here. He has a lot of techno music. Like thumping music, like that's techno, right? Yeah, that. I'm more like, 80s, 90s, right before rap got, yeah, got raunchy. I'm more like, I went and saw Saturday Night Fever and that was it. I was done. I was like, this is my jam. I know that's how old I am. I'm just gonna live with all of this. So yeah. So just think, do you want your 8-year-old sister, cousin listening to that music in a hot class? Like, go do it that way. Think about that. I don't even hear half the music I play. I don't know if you guys remember any of the music you listened to in a class, period.
Madonna, I couldn't break it. It was all Madonna.
So when I first started, my first class was Fleetwood Mac, the entire thing. The next week was Elton John. And then I had a student come up to me who I had known before I was a teacher. And he was like, Fleetwood Mac, I love Fleetwood Mac, but it reminds me of like this, and this. Can we just like not do that? And I'm like, of course we cannot do that. I used to be a DJ, honestly, in clubs with like vinyl. Like that's how old I really am. And so I'm like, I can just mix my own music. So I'm like, now we're gonna have the good playlist. Now we're gonna have the good playlist.
Can you set up like for me with my brain? I'm thinking if I set up the playlist to where I pay attention to where the song is and then change the pose, you know what I mean? we could.
So you want a song per pose?
Well, or just knowing, like in the song, because then I could cue myself listening to the music.
So you want to have the music match your poses so you understand when you come out and go into a pose.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense in my brain, and the only reason why is because I was watching something. Taylor Swift choreographs based on her words in her songs. So that's why that makes sense in my brain. However, it's going to be very difficult to do that because Tula Dandasa is only 10 seconds, right and left side.
Okay.
And then we have Dante Mana Danyarasa, which is 60 seconds on each side. So because the times vary so much, it's going to be really hard to match it. But if you're able to match it, God bless. Like that's a skill. Like seriously, that's a skill. The only thing I worry about is that, and not that it matters, but you're always going to have the same playlist until you get comfortable with the sequence. It's easier to memorize the sequence and the times versus all this extra work.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe later on when you have like the sequence totally memorized, then it'll flow in with the music you choose. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah. I don't want you to spend like all this time on like all this music. Go steal someone else's playlist and just use that. Like literally.
They don't get upset. Like I like Morgan's playlist. So if I got on in.
Yeah, no, just say, Morgan, I'm stealing your playlist. She's like, okay, you can steal mine all the time. I don't care. What I do is I get like a whole bunch of people that I like and I just start stealing songs and then I just put it together. But you will all have music with Austin. I know that he does the 200, he does the playlist and y'all will start creating a playlist and he'll like help you with that too. So, and then that begins the playlist that you play. Any other questions? Yes.
The teacher is the 60-minute.
Yes. It'll always we're not doing any other thing but 60.
Okay, the 90's just in there for reference.
Yeah, it's just so you know that it's there because if I get my way one of these days, there'll be a 90-minute sequence, there'll be a 90-minute class. And if there's a 90-minute class and you don't understand how the sequence goes and you don't have times for it, then you'll be stuck. So yeah. So, but don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about it now. It's just something for future, just in case you need to have that. Right. Yes.
Okay, real quick. So how, on average, how quickly most people learn the sequence that you know?
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I can't even like, I think like I knew everything when I did my teach out. And then when I started teaching, I freaked out and forgot like what I was doing. And so my mentor, who no longer teaches at the studio, her name's Taryn, she said, make note cards. Silly me. I thought she said make note cards and bring them into class. Oh no. So I did. So I made note cards. The first time I had my note cards, she went there. I'm like, oh, I'm sweating and it's hot. I'm going to have to laminate them. So I laminated. I still have them. I had Sanskrit on one side and the pose on the other. I knew everything else. Well, I thought I did. I knew everything else. It was just like all the words and everything. So we got down on the floor in the second week and she walked up to me. I swear to God, we were downstairs. I was towards the back of the studio and she was in the front. And she got up and walked over to me and went, give me those. And I was like, oh my God, right in front of everybody. And it was like full class. And I said, well, if I forget a pose, it'll be Taryn's fault because she took my notes away. And I never forgot a pose after that. Maybe twice. Well, I did on Tuesday, but that's a different story. But like from then on, like I knew what I was doing. So it's just a matter of like how, well, yeah, practice. I mean, you should all be practicing at least a class a week so that you get that into your system. There's Maggie Grove is a 60-minute class and she has a 90-minute class. She's from California. The studio that she's in, there's homework in there. There's things to do. We'll talk about that later, but those are good classes to listen to as well. If you're just like around the house, I used to do hospice. And so I would teach my patients the hot sequence. They were sleeping. They didn't prepare. They were not paying attention to me. They were like, and off to that. Okay. Any other questions? All right. don't hesitate to ask questions. Like,
Are we in the regular manual or the hot manual?
you will always be in the hot manual when you are in this class. Yep. The other manual is your vinyasa manual and your 200-hour stuff, which has got like your chakras in there and oh, chakra night. Did you already have your first chakra night?
Yeah, that was good.
Who was it with?
It was Austin and Kristen.
We tried so hard to get Kristen to tape all of those meditations. She refused. We begged her. We told her we were going to pay her. We would sell them for her, like anything, because she was like a dream. Isn't she a dream? She's a dream, I'm telling you. All right. What's the first pose? Because y'all should know this by now because it was in the homework. Pranayama. Pranayama. I am not the best at Sanskrit, so I will say it the way I always say it, and then you can always, you'll have, I believe you have yeah, you have Sanskrit, I believe. You can ask for clarifications on how to pronounce the words. Pranayama, which is just breath. It's always breath. It'll always be breath. That's vinyasa. No matter where you go, pranayama always will mean breath. Deep breathing is what it's called. How many rounds do we do? 8 to 10 rounds, correct. How are you going to know you did 8 to 10 rounds? How are you going to count and cue at the same time?
What do you do when you have them like this and come back down?
No, I know that, but how are you going to count that you've done 8 rounds?
Count on your toes or something.
Good luck with that, because you're walking around adjusting. I don't know what kind of toes you have. My toes ain't doing that. My toes are sleeping. Your first row of students, count your first row of students. I'm not kidding. So you have your students all lined up here, right? So let's just say you're all lined up, right? So my first round is going to be here, and then I'm going to come here, and my second round, and my third, my fourth, my fifth, my sixth, and then if I only have 6, then I'll go my 7th and my 8th, my 9th and my 10th. So I will use my students. Also, if you take your first 5 students and adjust your first 5 students, you have already touched 5 students. That's part of your rubric as well, that you will adjust your students. It is required. Amy will touch every single student in her class, whether it be 10 or it be 50. She will get to every single one. If you think about it, if you have 25 people in your class, right, and you do 8 rounds of pranayama, you have already adjusted 8 people in your class. Now you just have 42 left. You have 26 poses. There you go. Right? So think about it that way. So it makes it easier. You'll also have an adjusting workshop with Amy, and then you'll redo adjusting the last Saturday that we're together. Just because it's important and is a requirement. So why do we do pranayama? So the cues that we go by are the cues that are in your manual. If I say a cue that's not in your manual, please remind me, because we redid the manual and I forgot to print it. I don't think a lot has changed though. Why do we do pranayama? Why is that the first thing we do? Anybody know? Anybody want to guess?
Warm up, ground.
Good. Get the air in the lungs. Get the lungs open. Right? It's going to be the first movement that they take, which is this awkward movement of the arms. Interlace your fingers down to the webbing, knuckles under the chin, elbows come to touch in front. So my elbows, when I bring my arms up, this is as far as they go, because I have some shoulder limitations, right? So when I'm cueing it, I will say, inhale the arms up overhead. Let your elbows go up as high as they can, because everyone's going to stop here. Like all the new people are going to stop here. People who aren't sure, they're not going to go any further. They're going to follow the teacher. So when you say something, make sure that you are also doing what you say. So don't tell them to take a halfway lift and put their hands on their shins, and then you're up there demoing with your hands on your knees. Like, don't do things like that. And then put your head back, bring your elbows to touch in front. 8 rounds, 8 to 10 rounds. If you're in a 90-minute, you would do that twice. But we're only going to do it once. We're going to do every single thing once. You are not required to do anything twice. Does that make sense? Okay, stand on up. Who wants to cue it first? I'm serious. Everybody come up. Everybody stand up. I'm going to go around and adjust so you understand what the adjustment feels like. Okay. I must get like dizzy watching this thing. Oh, we'll talk about makeup work later. Who wants to cue it?
I wrote Jenna.
Jenna?
She knows 200. She knows. I'm so out of practice, and I don't even know what are we supposed to be following.
The cues in the manual?
The cues in the manual.
Yeah, the cues in the manual.
Take back my vote. Give Jenna. Yeah, give me a second. Okay.
Can we look down at our notes while we
No. Everybody else lets you, I don't. And here's the reason why. Because then you get dependent on your notes and you don't trust yourself. Trust yourself. And think about this, when you're in a vinyasa class and you're teaching a flow, like a legit flow, when you're going from down dog and you and then you whatever it is that you do, you come into warrior 2 and then you go into reverse and you come into extended side angle. Like what are you going to do? You can't sit there with your notes, right? So think about what the pose is. Think about what we're doing. Think about how it's supposed to feel in your body. Those are your cues. That is how you cue it. And you only have to memorize 26 poses in 2 breaths. And it never changes. So who's doing it first? Excellent, I love you. Come on. You're now my favorite.
So can I bring this?
Bring what?
My note.
What for what?
I just said we can't use notes. But I don't know this. I didn't do my homework. I don't do it. Sorry. I didn't either. I can do the same. I think it.
Angie's gonna do it.
There's this
I know that.
live 4K over
Okay,
here.
Angie's gonna do it.
Put your feet together. Engage your legs. Engage your ribs. Lining. Your hands, palms touch each other, interlace your fingers. Knuckles touch under your chin. You open your arms, you breathe. You lift up and exhale. Audible exhale.
Do 2 more.
You okay? Again.
No, you how you get out of here. Yep, there you go.
Elbows should be tapping the ceiling. Relax your shoulders.
They're holding their breath.
Hold breath. Take a deep breath.
Exhale. Exhale. Exhale.
And
Do 1 more.
okay, breathe. Inhale. And exhale.
Good job.
Really very good. Excellent. What did she forget?
Head cues for
Like what?
so when you inhale, you can thumbs cross. Deep inhale, head tilts up.
Not when you inhale.
Wait. Oh, hang on. It's inhale, head comes down. And then exhale.
Yes, good. What else did she forget? There's a possibility she should forget anything. I'm just saying, what did she forget? Okay.
Elbows raised to raise. Did you say elbows raised?
She said arms.
So
Yeah.
use arms, yes.
Just together.
I was
Okay.
thinking, well,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was thinking like when you do this, imagine you're flying, opening your wings up, and expand your elbows up.
Okay,
keep your shoulders
that
up.
comes after you've been through an internship and
Oh, okay.
your mentor says you can add words.
Okay.
Until then, we're gonna stick with the cues that are in the book or what you hear me and the Amy's saying. Okay. So it's really hard for me and the Amy's to not add cues in because it's just part of our language right now. It'll become part of your language too. In Vinyasa, it'll become part of your language as well. So those cross over, but for right now, what you hear us say and what you read in this book, the manual, the one with the pictures, those are the cues that you will use for now. And that's just to keep it consistent. It's to keep you consistent too. Because what happens is that when we want to sit there and find all these other beautiful words, which are gorgeous, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're not good. We tend to forget why we're there because we're trying to be this imaginative cure. And then what leaves is your side bodies are starting to lift. Engage your quads, relax your tailbone, light on the toes, elbows go up to the ceiling. Relax your shoulders just a little bit. Gaze is up. Inhales through the nose, exhales through the mouth. When you focus on the other kind, because I love those are my cues too. I love them cues. That's what happens. Same thing with vinyasa. You must stay with the cues that you are given for now. Okay, so I'm going to cue it. So to start a class, I start my class sitting down. That's just who I am. I don't see any reason why we should stand right at the bed. I just have them breathe. I have them close their eyes. They chill. I usually bring in the theme. I do some announcements, and then I ask for permission to adjust. Pay attention. If you have a crowded class, you really have to look. And then I always let them know that consent is ongoing, so they're allowed to just ask me to go, and I'm not offended in any way. And you can't be offended. If someone says no when you go to approach them, you have to just walk away, just walk back, and just keep doing your job. Like just keep cueing and everything, because energy is huge. We'll talk about that at another time. But so then I'll have you guys stand up. So come on up to standing. Toes and heels are together. Engage your quads, relax your tailbone. Nice long torso, shoulders are up, back, and down. Let your palms face forward. Eyes are open. Take a minute to arrive on your mat. Feel the mat underneath your feet. Welcome to your yoga mat. Let's begin practice. Pranayama, standing deep breathing. Bring your palms together. Interlace your fingers down to the webbing. Knuckles go under the chin. Elbows come to touch in front. Begin your inhale now through your nose as your arms are coming up to frame your face. Let your elbows go up as high as they would like. Exhale, float the head back, open the mouth, audible. Exhale, start bringing your elbows to touch in front. Stay here. Inhale, separate your elbows first, then bring your gaze down, then finish your inhale. Exhale, float the head back, open the mouth, audible. Exhale, start bringing your elbows to touch in front. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. As you inhale, feel your side body start to rise. As the elbows go up towards the ceiling, gaze is forward, lungs are full. Exhale, float the head back, open the mouth, feel the side bodies relax. Feel the upper back start to stretch. And release your arms down by your side. Perfect. Questions? Ask questions. Come on.
That felt good.
It felt good. So what do you see a lot? This is what I see. So people can't always bring their elbows together because if you think about it, you're rolling forward. So look at my back is coming forward, right? So if people have issues with their back, their neck, their shoulders, that will be hard to do. Having your arms go up overhead, my shoulders have limitations. My elbows cannot. I need to work on that. Trust me, I say this every time. So this is where I land every single time. Other times when people come this way, they will do this. See how that's open right there? Hello. It's supposed to be like this. But it's hard. This is hard. These movements are ridiculous. It's like this, right? But when your arms come up, your lungs open, your side bodies get long. So you make all this room for that inhale. And when you exhale, everything relaxes because you're doing this and you're opening up the very top of the back to allow all that air out, which is why it's an open mouth exhale. We open mouth exhales 3 times, pranayama, sit-ups, and kapalabhati. Everything else is through the nose. So what's a modification for somebody that doesn't have good elbows? Interlace your hands behind your neck. Have your elbows right here. Inhale, open up. Exhale, just bring the elbows together. Yep. Inhale, open. So you're opening up the chest. Exhale, close. Yep. And this is, so how do you know when someone needs to do it? They struggle. Like you'll see the struggle of the arms. You can just, it comes with time. Over time, you start to read your people. I don't know how else to say it but that. So you notice like what is happening in their bodies. Another thing too is they'll arch back when they do this. It literally is not a back bend. It literally is just your head just comes back like this and this. So the only things moving are from the shoulders and up. Head is this way, head comes back. Head is this way, head comes back. Arms are in, arms are up. Arms are in, arms are up. Those are the only thing that's happening. But it's awkward. It's the first movement in a hot room. It is now hot. We are all breathing. The room's going to start to get a little bit warm. People who are not used to it are going to realize, and they're going to think they can't breathe. Okay. Are we clear on the assist? So your hands are here on the ribs and you're lifting the ribs as they breathe. You're not lifting their ribs. They're breathing, you're guiding up, if that makes sense. Did anybody feel like I was pushing your ribs up? No. Okay, I'm moving with you. That's what an assist is you move with them. And then on the exhale, because what people want to do is people want to come here, they come here, and then they want to do this. And then they want to do their inhale. So they want to dip their head down. That's why I said stay here and look at the ceiling. So that they stay there and then they can come forward or however it's supposed to be. And then I just guided the elbows in. Amy will show you, Amy Kelly is like the adjustment queen. So if you want to know more adjustments, just ask her. She used to be a massage therapist. She's so good. So she also has other ideas on adjustments. So I'm just going by what I usually do or have seen. Any other questions? Oh, we have an even amount. Excellent. Okay, so you guys will team up, and you will team up, and you will teach each other pranayama. You will assist. You will assist if you feel. No, you will assist. You will do the assist. Yep, you'll do it. You'll do 4 rounds. So 4 rounds each. Okay. Ladies first.
Teach you.
But Jonathan, I like that.
First. Put your hands together, we already your feet, thighs, feet together, toes and heels together. Hips are a little bit forward. And the chest is forward. Hands and heels. Okay, the hands forward. Oh wait, so I mean I was too. So and all this and all this. Is that right? Okay. Yeah. Good still, okay. And your hand goes back in front of you in relation to the webbing to touch. And place your fingers to the first down. Put your hands underneath your knuckles and arching your chin. Thumbs touch your throat. And then touch your throat. Relax toward the ground. Elbows relax towards the ground.
Don't do that.
Oh, beautiful. Don't do it.
Don't repeat what she's saying. Just what comes naturally to you, go.
And then, so lift your elbows out. Inhale out of your elbows. Relax. Put your elbows under the ceiling.
You're reading, she's doing nothing, Jen.
Back. You can read. Okay. Bring your elbows head back or elbows reach. Inhale through the nose. As you inhale, bring your elbows up, forward, Inhale through the nose, lift your elbows back, exhale, stay comfortable. Breathe out, elbows, let go, or exhale, bring your elbows back down. So inhale the palms together, like fire us, the fingers are still interlaced. So beautiful. Exhale, one more time. Inhale, lift your arms up, and inhale. One more. Exhale, as your elbows come up, drop the elbows, step off your chest. Exhale, take the elbows right. Chilling down your thumbs back into your throat. That was good. Okay, I think it's that good. Okay, release bring your hands back down to your sides. Relax. Step out if you want to. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job. Okay. Bring your feet together. Hip them together. Very together. Tighten your glutes. Relax your tailbone. Relax your shoulders. Inhale. Palms out to the sides. Bring your palms up together. Bird pose. Place the fingers to the lips. Your knuckles under your chin. Thumbs up against your neck.
Okay.
Take a deep breath. As you take a deep breath, and your elbows up and your head back.
Fingers interlace.
And then all the way exhale as you lean your head back.
Okay, exhale.
So bring your elbows back down. Hands back together, interlace. And then just repeat 3 more times. Take a deep breath. Swing your hands up. Lift your head back and all the way exhale.
I do like that.
And your hands back up, elbows up, as high as they can go.
Okay, so
Me too.
Elbows together,
no next.
and then let's do it one more time.
Exhale.
Take a deep breath.
You slide
Elbows up,
down.
head toes back.
Provide the upper arms parallel to
We're not massaging.
as we're doing it, kind of like.
I like it.
Back together,
Okay.
facing forward.
Yeah, that's good.
Relax your hands down to your palms, to your sides.
Exhale.
You're done.
Good job.
Look at it. Good.
Are you guys finished?
Yeah, okay, good, fine. Yeah, sorry, I love that, yeah. So I love it. Together.
He is massaging over there.
So I like to quick chin. And so I guess my thought was to just to uplift the rib cage on the inhale, but can you also like do for exhale as well, or really, or adjust for
Yeah, about doing 6.
I guess relax the
No,
shoulders.
because your rib cage is gonna go down anyway,
Yeah.
so they don't need help. So the reason for the reason for this is to, so they know to like lift up.
I like
the
it.
rib
Yeah, you lose
Because most people
perfect. I love it.
that's how that would. So you have your hands here, it's more like a guide.
Okay.
But she was like going all the way up. Like,
Yeah. Right, it's easy to like.
oh, totally.
No?
Your shoulders don't relax in your hips.
You don't?
No.
Here, I went really, there's a difference between this and this, is there?
No. So go ahead and start. So go ahead and scrunch your shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
then
about
you're-
like
Get to the top of your knee, scrunch your shoulders. Now take your breaths.
those 60-second ones, I'm like.
So your
barely
shoulders
doing
are
it.
moving.
Yeah,
Shoulders
just
are
slice
moving.
them.
Practicing your guidance, my hips, doing stuff, so.
One second, John. So put your hands together and
Yeah.
flex your fingers.
One thing
Okay,
they do
inhale. So here, I want you
especially
to
like
reach
before
up out of your
school,
rib cage
and
as you
then
inhale. Now I'm gonna say relax your shoulders and exhale.
But then
Bring
they're
your
also like,
elbows to
don't
touch
they
in
have
front.
yours?
So now inhale,
You wanna make sure.
elbows go up to the sky. Relax your shoulders. Take your exhale. Let your head
So much better.
She just wants massages.
So I can get started like doing.
What did you want to ask?
I was gonna ask, like, so when you're demonstrating,
Like. You're talking
And you're
about it.
taking the bread behind you.
You don't have her.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Go through the whole thing.
I better get back on talking.
But you're the way.
Oh, we're supposed to, it's this.
Everything I learned from you.
So y'all are free to like use the bathroom whenever you need, eat whenever you need, because I will.
Oh,
Just saying.
some toast with some potatoes.
Okay.
Sourdough,
Oh, this way.
almond butter.
And then she was saying like when you're taking the bread in,
Yeah. It was
you want to
awesome.
help them guide the rib cage up as they're taking the inhale.
So they're breathing and you're just, your hands are there as they come up.
Mhm. Yes.
Thank you. You're kind of a shitty company, to be honest. They import a lot of people from different countries.
Just on the inhale.
Just on the inhale.
So it's not,
You paid more, do better.
You-
That's why.
no, you face that one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's get back to.
Step back a little bit. So she can read it.
Oh.
I'm
So-
instructing you. Yeah.
Inhale through your nose as your arms are coming up towards your face, towards the ceiling. You feel what I'm doing to you?
Yeah,
You feel, and
Just-
now you're doing it to him.
just pressure right there.
Exhale,
Exhale,
bring your head back,
bring your head back.
and then bring your elbows to touch in front. Elbows, right there. So you have to get a little bit closer. Yes. And so what you're doing, can you go into inhale, the end of the inhale? Inhale, your elbows are together. No, your elbows are. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was saying, it's just.
So when you exhale, so you want to put your hands here, you don't want to be on a joint. So your hands are right here. Exhale, head goes back. Start bringing your elbows to check. I'm actually putting them in our lower.
Okay.
But how much pressure am I going?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not making them. I'm helping you. There's a
Supporting.
difference. Yes,
Supporting.
yes, 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 yes.
Going down the stairs.
Oh my God.
So cute.
Inhale. Bring your rib cage up.
Yeah.
Throws back.
Okay,
Down, down. What's that?
Okay.
Kind of keep me in front.
Okay.
have a seat.
Yeah.
If you watch people breathe. If you watch people breathe, 9 times out of 10, they breathe here. They're chest breathers. We're chest breathers during the day, we're open mouth breathers at night when we sleep. 2 things that don't give us air. If you really think about it. So the reason why your ribs are, so the side body is here, right? And your ribs are right here. And so if you have your hands on the ribs, as you say inhale, as your arms come up towards the ceiling or to frame your face, as you move your hands with them, they actually start going deeper in their breath. It's just a natural reaction. Someone's hands are there and they're moving up with me, but they think that you're moving them up. They think you're moving them up, but you're really not. Your hands are just here, you're just holding those ribs. And as they come up, then they're going to breathe deeper because they think your arms are coming up, but they're really not. Your hands are not moving. They literally stay here. You move with their ribs. As you're moving with their ribs, they're moving up higher. You're not sliding your hands up their rib cage. Does that make sense? Okay. Because if you do, now you're feeling them. Lack of a better word.
Yeah.
We need to be careful like how we touch people.
Yeah.
Right? So fingers always need to be out. Right? Unless you're like on your shoulders. When you're coming here, for women, we have our chest here. So as we come up, we don't want to be so curled in, our hands curled in, that when we come up, we are brushing the sides. We need to be respectful. Some men don't like that either. As a man, you need to be careful of your hands more than we do because you're a man. Sorry about that, but that's just the way it goes. So you really have to make sure that your touch is completely intentional and completely clean. We all should be, but men need to just, just keep that in mind. I know that our whole goal is that we want to help people get into the deepest expression, take in a bigger breath, let your arms come up a little bit higher, straighten your legs, all these things. No. Mm-mm. Nope. We are guides to guide them into the postures that are right for their bodies. Because one day I may come into your yoga class and you're teaching and you'll be like, I thought your elbows couldn't go up that high because I fixed it. Like, so like bodies change. You may come in having like a really bad day and you're just halving it because that's all you have. So for me to come by and make you go into it deeper, that's not my job. My job is not to make you go into a pose deeper. You run the risk of injury. You run the risk of taking away someone's autonomy. I mean, you have now taken away all of their rights and you have just imposed yourself on it. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I just want you to keep that in mind. And also keep in mind how you want to be adjusted. Like, do you want somebody like doing that to you? So if you don't want that done, then don't do it to somebody else. On the other side of that coin is, would you like more? Not in breath. Would you like more? When I adjust people in floor bow and I have their heels and I say, I come in, I get there, and then I say, would you like more? Yes. Do you want more? Yes. I'm still cueing as I give them more. Same thing in fixed firm. Do you want more? Do you want more? When you get to learn your students, then you get to learn what it is that they're capable of and what it is their bodies can do. And then you approach them as such. It takes time. It took me a long time. A long time.
How long have you been a teacher?
Since about 12 years. Legally. Illegally for one. I also know that Austin teaches adjustments a little bit different than I do. The goal is still the same. The rules still apply, just so you know. I'm more of the soft touch versus the let's just dig in and go. He's very respectful. You're going to learn that from him or whoever does adjustments in Vinyasa. I think it's him. He was for me. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what he does. It's just a little bit different. It's just a different approach. Then you find your way. It's that simple. You then find your way. Okay. Question. So while you were reading, she was standing there because you didn't know what she was doing because you were reading your cues.
But I'm a perfectionist and I learn differently like you.
Okay. So
I need the flashcards. I love the flashcards.
Actually, flashcards are really, really good. I'm going to tell you. So Sanskrit, English on the other side, your cues. Your cues on the right side are the same cues on the left side. There's no reason. The only thing that changes is the direction, right? And then what's great about that is you can take your flashcards, you can throw them all up in the air, they land wherever they land, and you blindly just pick one, and that's the one you study. We will Red Robin. We call it Red Robin. We'll Red Robin practice teaching too.
Is that like popcorn?
Yes, popcorn. Yes, popcorn. Thank you. Same thing, but yes, it is popcorn. Because I think that takes you out of like the monotony of the same sequence, and what keeps you out of the monotony of the same sequence is practicing it that way, but practicing your yoga. You have to practice. You have to practice. You have to practice. Okay. Okay. Any questions on pranayama? We're going to keep teaching this, but we're going to move on to warm up to the next poses. Any questions on that? Any questions on the adjustment? Any questions on the cues?
I have one question. Sure. So can you just repeat again? So you don't slide your hands on them. Is that for all adjustments?
No, for this one. We'll go over each adjustment because when we get to the next one, Ardhadhasana, when you take a forward fold, that's a whole you're sliding.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it just depends on what the pose is and what the intention of the adjustment is. If you think about it, when someone's taking an inhale, if you slide your hands all the way up, you're up here, they haven't finished their inhale yet. That's the other thing too, is that you're staying with you in, most adjustments stay with the breath. Actually, all adjustments stay with the breath. When they inhale, you do something else. When you exhale, when they exhale, you do a different movement. So this movement is with them, and then this movement is the exhale. Okay, you will have to stand close, and I know you got to figure out space. Here's the other thing too: you got to figure out height. I'm tall, so I can adjust almost everybody unless they're like 6'3" or more, and then I struggle. I just don't have the width and the height to like maneuver. So what do? I do the adjustments on them that I know I can do. However, when you're in whatever pose it is, and you need length, so there was Tula Dandasa. So one I don't even like it. I don't even think we teach it anymore. Is one hand underneath Warrior 3 is Tula Dandasa. You have one hand underneath the arm, and then you have one hand underneath the leg because it's one leg, right? So if you have your hand here and you're good, but you can't reach, God bless you. Where is your hand? Your hand's here, right? This is where your hand's going if you don't have that length or that strength to also like pivot yourself into the ground or secure yourself into the ground. So if you are sliding, this is where your hand's going to come, where you should have your hand down here, right? And we never want our hands on joints. You never want to like hold on to a joint when you're doing an adjustment. So always keep like those types of things in mind when you're doing adjusting takes time. This is not something you're going to walk out today and be like, yes, I can adjust all through warm up. It takes time, and it could be a little scary to do it too. My whole thing was I never wanted to hurt somebody.
Another question.
Sure.
So when someone signs up for a class, the waiver is kind of like removing the teacher from liability in case there's an adjustment that did hurt them, right? Mm-hmm. I know some teachers have like personal insurance for their own.
You have to have it.
You have to have insurance as a
even when you teach her.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's required.
Gotcha.
So the waiver is all that legal paperwork. I don't even read it, so I don't even know what's in it. If I really want to sue you, I'm going to find a way to sue you. So let's just say that. There's always a loophole somewhere that money can find. But that's pretty much what it is. They're not going to sue us. They accept responsibility that if they have an injury, they should have told us. And if they did, like, those type of things. Your personal insurance. So so I come here, Jonathan adjusts me, and I'm hurt. I'm going to blame Jonathan. I'm going to blame Cambio. So I'm going to go after Cambio. I'm going to go after Jonathan. And so Jonathan's insurance protects him from like having to pay out of pocket. It also, so what happened? How's it go? So if I sue Cambio will turn around and sue Jonathan because he has insurance, and then Jonathan's insurance will pay me. Like it's that little like legal circle, but you have to have insurance.
Interesting. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. They'll tell you about that.
I carried $1 million insurance for my last business.
I have $1 million
liability.
No, I don't know. No,
Yeah.
I don't even know what I have.
Yeah.
So I went through Philadelphia insurance only because it covers Reiki, and I do Reiki. So it was one of the insurances that also covered Reiki, and a friend had told me, and so that's why I went with that. I do know Yogi, BEYOGI, always has a they always have like a first time yoga teacher special where I think it's like $50 for a year. And in Philadelphia, I think I pay, okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out how much I pay Yoga Alliance. Okay, I pay them that. I think my insurance is like 114, 118, something like that for the year. For the year. It might be less, I think, but it's around that. But I would go with B Yogi first, but I'm sure they will talk to you about that too, and other people will pipe in on what they have. Philadelphia seems to be a popular one. I know a lot of yoga teachers go with that.
What is it? Yeah.
Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then they send those annoying messages. You have to renew. I know I have a whole month. Leave me alone. And I'm that person where I'm not going to renew on the 20th when I don't have to till the 24th, because you're not getting 4 double paid days. That's my little perfection OCD thing. Seriously. That is what I do. Okay. We are recording this, so that's fine. Okay. So after pranayama, we have done breath. We are now going to do what?
Half moon.
And what is that called?
Ardha Chandras.
Ardha
Ardha
Chandrasana
Chandrasana.
with Paschimottanasana.
Paschimottanasana.
Tanasana. So it is half moon pose with forward fold. However, what pose did they forget? No. Think of Ardha Chandrasana. We go to the right. We go to the left. And the back bend. That's the only thing that's not listed for whatever reason.
This one here. Okay.
It's just art. So some people will say Ardha Chandrasana with oh, it is Padahastasana. Thank you. Now I just realized what you were saying. With Padahastasana, Paschimottanasana is it's a forward fold. It's a standing forward fold. Padahastasana is hands to feet pose. You will, as we go through this and as you go through vinyasa, you will find out that some vinyasa poses overlap with our hot poses, or vice versa, however you want to look at it. So Ardha Chandrasana, our half moon, we are literally coming into a half moon shape. Half moon in vinyasa, you put your hand down, you have your leg up, correct? Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about.
Yep. So our Ardha Chandrasana, our half moon, is standing. Theirs is one, you're on one leg, you have one hand down. This arm is up this way, that leg goes out that way. Okay. So that's the difference. Then we take our back bend and then we do Padahastasana. Padahastasana is hands to feet pose. We grab our heels. You'll know a vinyasa person, they're going to grab their toes. And that's how I always know that they take vinyasa. So I'm like, okay, no. We're not doing that. Okay, so Ardha Chandrasana,
Chandrasana.
half moon pose.
Half moon pose.
Pada
Hastasana.
Hastasana, hands to feet pose.
Hands to feet pose.
Okay. So your manual shows you your cues. And I believe no, it does not. She might have changed it. Do you have timing on your poses on all of them?
10 seconds. 60 says 30.
Oh yeah, you do. Okay. So we added the we gotta fix that though. Okay, cool. Excellent. Okay. So Ardha Chandrasana is your first 60-minute hold. 60-second hold.
Yeah.
60-second hold. I will say 60 minutes 100 times. 60-second hold. We're going to come over to the right for 60 seconds. We're going to come back up to center. We're going to relax for a second. We're going to readjust. Well, we're readjusting. We're not relaxing. And then we're going to come over to the left for 60 seconds. Then we're going to come back up here. We're going to let them bring their head back. And then we're going to go right into our back bend. From there, we're going to come up and then we're going to come forward. We're going to give them a second to pedal out their legs, shake their head yes and no, do whatever they need to do before we move into Padahastasana.
There's only one back there, son.
Correct. Yes, only one back bend. Because we went to the right, one movement of the spine. We went to the left, second movement of the spine. We went to the back, third movement of the spine. We went to the front, fourth movement of the spine. All 4 movements. The only thing we didn't do is twist. There's only one twist in a hot sequence, and that is at the end. We will twist right for 5. We will twist right for 6. All 6 movements of the spine. We concentrate more on the 4 movements of the spine, the right, the left, the front, and the back. And you'll also with body opening and body closing, we do the same thing. When we get to far head to the knee, that is front closing, back opening. When we come into floor standing bow, front opening, back closing. Everything is a balance. If you think about it, everything is balancing the body in all of the movements.
Could you repeat the half moon left and right, the time?
60 seconds and 60 seconds.
Yeah, and what's 30 seconds?
30 seconds is what? The second set. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that.
Okay.
So yeah. It's for the second set, but you're not doing second sets.
Oh,
So
not doing second sets, just like for the purpose of the class, or like for right now, or
because you're new, you're not doing second sets. Think about it. Do you want to do a second set in your first class that you teach?
I'm just confused. I guess like
Oh, are you confused why there's a second set?
usually when I go to the hot class, there's a second set, but we're just not
Right.
teaching it today. Is what you're saying?
Right. The 60-minute sequence is just one time. What? We're doing each pose once. How to fix the brain cells. Right. When you can teach the entire sequence, stay on time, do all the poses the time that it's supposed to be done, then you can stick in a second set. So the ones that do second sets, we've been teaching for well over years. So that's why we're doing it. Can some teachers get there quicker? Absolutely. Can some teachers never get there? Absolutely. Like seriously. So it becomes a choice. You don't have to ever do second sets in a 60-minute class. But if you get to the point where you can, and your mentor says yes, you can. Because if you do an internship, you will have a mentor. It works the same way with vinyasa. You apply for a mentorship. They, not me. I have nothing to, I make no decisions at all, except for the days I show up for posture clinics. That's it. It's the only decision I make. And they can override me at any given time. So I have no say. You'll fill out an internship after you've passed. And then they will say yes or no. You get a time and you have a mentor. And a mentor usually sees you 3 times. Don't remember how long. I want to say 15 weeks. Sometimes you have 2 people who share a mentorship. One person teaches that week, the other person does adjustments. We don't do that in hot. In hot, you will teach every single week. Is that
makes sense? Thank you.
okay?
Yes.
Sorry.
No, don't.
I know I can get it gets confusing sometimes. Very confusing. Okay, so Ardha Chandrasana. So what is Ardha Chandrasana for?
Our bodies.
Without reading.
I'm not.
Okay.
I was thinking intuitively.
Okay, good. Because if you can't understand, you have to understand where the body goes, right? Like what is this pose affecting in the body so that you can feel it, because that is where your cues come from.
Opening the rib cage to open the lungs to breathe deeper.
Yeah, we can do that too.
That's what I would.
You don't know?
I do.
Stretch in the lats.
Sure, I don't do anatomy terms, but yes, you're right. Well, no, wait a minute, aren't your lats? No, these are pecs.
Yeah, these are lats.
Lats are on the side, yes. So yes, it would. You're absolutely right, it would.
The core.
Yep.
It's probably, and even glutes, right? Like, yeah, all that stuff.
Get released.
The whole body. We're doing the whole entire body. Okay. Who wants to cue it first? Oh, I love this.
All right. Yeah, good.
So, I probably should have talked about those. So in between our poses, we stop. We stand. We're not relaxing. We're not shaking it out. We're coming to Tadasana, which is also our tree pose. Don't get those two confused. So we're coming here. So we just got done doing breath. Bring your arms down by your side.
This is Savasana.
Shavasana. Yeah, but I don't. We used to say come to your Shavasana, but we don't say it anymore. You just come here. That's it. Like pranayama is done. Next, exactly. No one wants to do a second round of that. No one wants to do the first round, but we make you. So then my next words are going to be, my words are next in your warm-up series is Ardha Chandrasana. I don't talk about Padahastasana until it's time, but you're free to say Ardha Chandrasana with Padahastasana. You're free to say both of those together if you want. I won't ding you if you don't. So you're here. Go.
Okay. We're coming to, can I say half moon pose?
Wait, what?
Half moon pose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what did you say? Yes.
Arda
Arda
Chandrasana.
Chandrasana. Yep, now I'm not gonna be able to say it again.
Arda Chandrasana. Okay, half moon pose. So we are now bringing our hands up above our heads. Interlace our fingers, releasing our index fingers, bringing our thumbs together, I think, right? Yeah. And then we're gonna lean to the right first. We'll hold this for 60 seconds.
Well, what else are we gonna do here?
Breathe.
Well, yeah, breathe. But think about what the pose is doing, right? So we want to come into this half moon shape. What part of the body can we shift to allow?
The hips are extended. Your left side hips are pushed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, pushed out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I said, we're gonna hold this for 60 seconds.
What else? What else
What
can we do? No, no, you're good. I'll drill you too when it's your turn.
No.
What else? What else can we do? What?
Bring our arms to our heads.
Your biceps by the ears.
Yeah, biceps by the ears.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about can we lift the chest?
Oh, yeah, let's lift the
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we square ourselves to the front of the room?
Square ourselves to the front.
Yes. Okay, you can come up.
Okay. And come back
To
a neutral pose.
Yeah. Perfect.
Pose, okay. And lean to the left now.
Yep.
Doing the same
Good.
cues as before.
So stay right there. See his left shoulder went that way when he came over. So I'm going to come here and I'm just gently going to just move this shoulder forward, just like this. Okay, keep talking. Same thing as you said on the right side is exactly what you say on the left. So you only have to memorize it
Extend
once.
out your right hip. Squeeze your biceps to your head. Square your body front. And come back to the neutral pose.
Okay.
Arms down to your sides.
No.
No.
Arms back up.
Arms back up. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. What comes next?
Judy,
what comes next?
Okay.
No idea.
I didn't bend your back.
Artisan. What do you think it is?
Forward?
Look at the little freaks over here.
I am. Go back and then forward. So go back.
We're gonna do a back bend.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna prep them for a back bend.
Okay, so feet together. Biceps by your ears. Square your hips to the front of the room. Get ready to take an inhale and lean back. Raise your head, raise your eyes to the ceiling. Lean back as far as comfortable. Hold it. Come back up.
Good.
Square your hips. Keep your arms high. Keep your eyes forward.
Where are you going
Exhale.
next? Okay.
Then
I'm so glad you didn't know what you were doing. I love that.
okay.
'Cause
Go.
You did it right.
Go forward.
Yes,
Keep
forward
your-
fold, hinge
Keep
your hips.
biceps close to your ears.
Long spine.
Long spine.
Drop your hands to the floor.
Drop your hands to the floor.
Okay, and then you can stay there. Okay.
Stay there.
So this is where you find out who needs blocks and who doesn't. Okay, so a lot of times you'll see people who are struggling to get their hands to the floor. I'll just walk a block and I'll just put it down in front of them. So your hands are to the floor, you'll pedal out your legs, you'll shake your head yes and no. And so we give them time here because this is our first forward fold, right? We've done side to side, we've done the back, but now we're going to fold forward. And this is an intense forward fold because our hands are going to grab our heels. Not yet. So we keep them here. I usually just say, bend the knees, relax the head towards the floor, shake it out, yes and no, pedal out your legs. And then when I think they've had enough, which is usually like 2 breaths to be perfectly honest, it's 2 of my breaths. That's how I do time. So, like, don't look at me. Do not look at me. I won't look at you. I'll make that to do it.
What am I doing? I'm cueing.
Yeah. Hands to feet pose.
Hands to feet.
Padahastasana.
Okay. So we're gonna tucking the fingers under the.
Don't look at me. You.
I'm gonna. Okay, that's what I'm supposed to.
Yes. Tell them.
Okay. So a generous bend into the knees. You're gonna lift up the heels and wrap your hands underneath the heels. Keep bending those knees. Head tucked, and then lift the tailbone to the ceiling and breathe. Keep breathing and hold.
and release whenever you're ready.
It's not gonna be right.
On an inhale, release and come back up to standing.
Slowly bring your vertebrates up.
Oh,
Arms up away.
bring the, yep. Pull up the
Inhale,
spine, bring
because you're here. And then exhale, exhale, exhale. This is my favorite part, is forcing you to cue, because you all know more than you think you do. And if I sit and baby you, it'll never come out. This is why I do it. The other two Amy's may be kinder and gentler. I'm not. But you all have done, your back bend was beautiful. Your cues were gorgeous. Like legitimately they were gorgeous. So were yours. It's just I was chewing, sorry. You forget like little tiny little things here and there that just make the pose a little bit deeper. All right, so let's start with Ardha Chandrasana. Ardha Chandrasana is all about lengthening the side body. We're going to lengthen the left side body first.
Oops.
No, which way did you go?
I went the right.
Right, you go to the right.
You said left.
Right, we're lengthening the left. If you lean to the right,
It's fine.
no, you're good. You're good. So we want toes and heels together. I always say, inhale the arms up overhead. So we're forgetting breath. Let's remember breath. Inhale the arms up overhead, interlace your fingers, release your pointer fingers. On an exhale, lean over to the right. As you come over to the right, I'm going opposite of you, sorry. Push your hips over to the left. So as you push your hips over to the left, they're going to come past center. So they're not going to stay here, they're going to come past center. If you push your hips out, the more you push your hips out, the more you're going to feel that stretch on the left side body from the pinky toe all the way to the fingertips. Think about that. Think about how you feel it from the pinky toe all the way up to the fingertips, right? But we want to keep ourselves straight. So let's square our hips to the front. And I always say armpits, but then shoulders. 9 times out of 10, it's the right shoulder comes back so that you're able to come to the left. So I'll say bring the right armpit forward. Too much. Go back just a touch. Good. Yep, keep pushing the hips out. Lift the chin up. Not all the way, just lift it up off your chest. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down, but don't squeeze your shoulder blades. Let the chest rise and go forward. Good. Breathe. I would not do this unless, but we now know each other. Inhale, come back up to center.
Fair enough.
Relax your shoulders, re-engage your grip. Exhale, come on over to the left. Same exact pose, we're just doing it, going in the opposite direction. So this time we're going to take our hips, we're going to push them out to the right. The more you push your hips out to the right, the more you come into the stretch. From the pinky toe all the way up to the pointer fingers. Breathe, push the hips up. Good. Let your body come over to the left. Squeeze the heels of the palms together so that your arms find more length. Good. Inhale, come back up to center. Leave your arms where they are. Go ahead and relax your head back, roll it out a little bit. Preparing for our first back bend. Engage your glutes, push your hips forward. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, heart to the ceiling, arms come back. You look back. Biceps stay by your ears. When you fling your head back, you're just crunching your neck. Keep your breath. Do not stop breathing. Engage your glutes, lift up out of the waist. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, forward fold, come all the way down. Release your hands down to the floor, pedal out your legs, shake your head yes and no. Padasana, hands to feet pose. Bend the knees. Fold the belly over the legs. Reach your hands back, scoop up your heels from behind. Fingers are going to go underneath the heels, ankles, or calves, whatever is accessible today. Relax your head. Beautiful. As you inhale, lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Hold it there. Exhale, bend your elbows, pull them to the back of the room. Good. Hold it there. Inhale, lift the tailbone a little bit more like someone's pulling it straight up. Exhale, bend your elbows, pull your face to your legs. Good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Pull, pull, and pull. And release your hands. Steeple grip, biceps by your ears. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, arms down by your side. So this is what we see. Any of these things. We see any of these things, or we see this. So the hips stay here and they're just like coming this way, but that really hurts my back. So you really want the hips to come out, because the more the hips come out, then you get to lift up out of the hips. As you push the hips this way, then your back actually finds space. If you were to keep your hips there and just lean over, I don't know about you, but I feel it like right here. Right there. There's where I feel it.
Any question? Are we allowed to engage our glutes during those bends? But I feel like that's a lot, like really stabilizing for me at least. I always really like squeeze my glutes, not just on the back bend, but on the sides, because that helps me control my hips.
So there are times where you'll see people like to do this. I have to stick their butt out all the time to compensate for not being able to stand up straight, for not being able to lean over. Do they know they're doing it? Absolutely not. Nope. So you'll hear me in some poses, I'll say, engage your glutes, just push your hips forward just a touch. And that's enough to get that sway out of the low back. So yes, you can say that, but when you engage your glutes, you're also rotating the hips. You're also pushing the hips forward. So what is that? Rotating the pelvis. So which way are you going? Hi.
Interior rotation.
I don't know. Wait a minute. This way. I'm coming forward. What is that?
Interior.
Okay, that way. Is that what it's called? Interior posterior? Okay. I don't say that. I'll just say engage your glutes, push your hips forward, because a lot of people like me don't understand the rock and roll of the pelvis. But when you do that, you're right, it does. So anytime you engage your glutes and push your hips forward, you come out of the low back, you lift up a little bit. And then it's also keeping the shoulders. So the shoulders are here. So it's not, so then you'll see this. You'll stick the chest out, which you're just sticking your chest out. You really are not doing anything. You're just sticking your chest out. So you want to lift. So there's a difference between lifting and so I'll say roll the shoulders back, let them slide down your back body so the chest can lift. Or the heart. Whatever. Does that make sense?
What always helps me is being reminded to put my navel to my spine, my belly button to my spine. I don't know why, but when somebody cues me to do that, I'm like, oh, okay. And I just feel like maybe because it's your center, would that
Probably.
make sense?
So I'm going to challenge you on that thing because I used to always say that too and I still let it sink out. I'll say engage the core.
Okay.
But what I want you to do is I want you to put your hands like right here on your belly.
Okay.
So like right over your belly button. Mm-hmm. And just pretend that there's like this ball deep inside in the middle. Okay. And I want you to take that ball and I want you to lift it up and I want you to squeeze it together. Relax your shoulders. Just squeeze the ball. Don't lift your chest. Just squeeze the ball. It's hard. It's really hard. This is not something that you can just go, oh, I'm done. It really takes concentration. But can you feel that ball coming in and squeezing? Okay, that is core engagement. Right there. It's hard to like cue that in class. I will in like a gentle class that I teach, but bringing your belly in, I'm bringing my belly in right now, but like I am dumping in my low back. I can legitimately feel it. See how I'm dumping in my low back? And my belly is to my spine, in my brain. Okay. So just, I like to engage the core. I think is better, because I think engaging is lifting also, right? You're lifting, pulling in, it's up and in.
The opposite. I think I'm like when I engage, I'm like contracting. I'm like.
So when you contract, you go this. So if you're going to engage the core in a back, oh, you would engage in a back bend. In a forward fold, now you're rounding. Right?
Yeah, I'm rounding.
So it's more of pulling up and in. So Amy Kennedy teaches anatomy for intensive and extended. So she's a really good person to like really ask those kind of questions. I can get you halfway. She can take you all the way home. Okay, so like when you talk to her, you'll see her next week. When you're with her, just say, oh, by the way, Janine said, and just she'll spend all day talking to you about it. She really will. Like she's really good. Back then. Engage the glutes, push the hips forward. So we're out of the low back. Right? So engage, push, lift up. Then we come back. So this is not a back bend. This is not a back bend either. So if you engage the core, you push the hips forward, and then you lift up, and then come back, squeeze the shoulder blades, right? So the chest lifts, and then you come back. I always say just pretend you're rounding over a beach ball, so they get that rounded, because a lot of people think that lifting their chest puts them in a back bend. I don't really adjust in back bends. I have 2 people who come to my class who are really good in a back bend. Would you mind? I'm not going to pull you all. I'm just going to. So just come back. So I'll have my hand right here, right? So I'll be like this, like right here, so I can feel her. And I'll take her arms and I'll just pull back. I'm not going to pull back on her. I don't know how far she goes. Oh, never mind. So now I'm coming over here. So now, because she has control of her body. If I think she's falling down, I'll put my hand here and then I'll just pull her hands this way. I have a girl that comes this way. So thank you. So me pulling her all the way is no big deal for her. That takes practice of your students because they keep coming back, or you can tell where they move in the pose. So you'll hear us say this a lot. Unless you know them, don't do that. Okay. And then forward fold. So when they forward fold, blah, 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 da, 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 da. It's hard to put your fingers underneath your feet for a lot of people. It's not. I don't know what part of the body it is. I'm like really stiff today. So you'll find people will go here. People will mostly on the side. Some people will get here. Shoulder. You need shoulders. I knew I did it. You can hold. You heard me say ankles or calves. I don't care what part of the body they hold. I don't want them holding onto the sides. Because the whole purpose of this is a forward fold. You are literally folding in half. And a little side note. So Bikram used to say, pretend you're like a Japanese sandwich, bologna and bread, smash in half. So we are folding in half. So I will say things like pull your nose to your legs, pull your face to your legs. We're folding in half, right?
Forehead to knees.
No, because you don't want to tuck the chin. So in a and when we do John Yushasasa on the floor, we will definitely do forehead to knee.
Okay.
Or when we're standing, actually, we'll do that. But in a forward fold, so a forward fold is length, right? So we open up the whole back body, the entire back body in a forward fold. We close the whole front body. Think about it. We went this way. We closed our back, we opened our front. Now we're going to go opposite. We're going to close the front, open the back, right? So if you hold onto your ankles, your calves, your heels, then your elbows are in space in the right place to pull back so you fold in half. Does that make sense? But if you're here, where are your elbows going? They're going to go out. Yep, you want them here. So I rather this right here, I rather it be all the way up here than here. And I'll cue it, and I'll cue it, and I'll cue it again. And Tammy's still going to be here. And I'm going to leave Tammy alone. I'm not going to get into it with Tammy. So that adjustment, do you mind?
No.
Okay. You don't have to have your hands behind your feet, just forward fold, but go sideways. Yeah, just come back up. Okay. Just go like right here. There, perfect. Go down and see the chips. So this adjustment, his hand is right here. Okay, right here. So she has a shirt on, so I'm going to be mindful of that, and I'm not going to pull her shirt up. I'm going to pull it down because I'm going to be respectful. One hand is here. This hand, as she inhales, she goes down. You can give her a little neck massage if you feel comfortable, right? And then I'm going to lift it. This hand's not moving. Inhale. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, fold. You could do it on the inhale. You could do it on the exhale. It doesn't really matter. Most people will walk away, stay, don't come back up. Inhale, rise. So release your hands, steeple grip by your ears. Inhale, rise all the way up. I always do this. It's just the way I do it. And then I'll walk away and leave her alone. Okay. Nothing harsh, but that's where you would slide. That's the slide, right? As opposed to this slide. Because if you think about this slide, stop it.
Whole different class now.
Stop massage school. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, this is not doing anything. This direction is actually letting them come forward and so forth, right? The hand here is a hand that is steady. So it's like I have you, you're grounded. This is moving down. My legs are like this. My knees are slightly bent. You're in a hot room. The floor can get slippery. Make sure you are firm in your stance. Because as we start getting into other poses, it's really going to be important for that. Okay? Questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
When you put your feet behind your
Hands behind your feet.
hands behind your feet,
Mhm.
all fingers behind it, or can you do thumbs
Yeah,
like that?
you are literally this.
Okay.
This is where you are. You are literally standing on your fingers. You can see it. Yeah, it's a hard picture. That's why I like this book too. So
Yeah.
so the thumbs, yeah, you're cupping them. You're legitimately cupping them.
You said ankles, right? Ankles.
Well, so here's the thing is some people cannot grab the heels. So I'll say fingers go, grab your heels. I can't remember. Bend over, lean forward, bring your arms back behind you. Grab your heels, fingers facing your toes, ankles or calves.
So if you're at your ankles and you're right here, and you're like
Yes. So grab the side of your feet or ankles or whatever, it doesn't matter. Look where you're not even, you can't fold forward, right? So why not start that whole process of having them bring their hands behind them versus on the side? And like I said, don't make that like a point of argument with them. Do you know what I'm saying?
How important are the toes together for people that, because like when I first started doing yoga again, like putting my feet in still sometimes my balance is off, so it's safer for me to have my feet.
So that comes back to self-autonomy, where you
Okay.
get to choose how you would like to have your body as long as it's safe.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything unless you're going to hurt yourself. Like when people go into toe stand, you can sit down. When people go into toe stand, they like to hang out halfway. Stop. Because hanging out halfway puts all the pressure on the knees. Because you're not folding over, you're trying to fold over, sit down, you don't know what you're doing, you're in this weird space, your heels down on the floor, and now all the pressure's in your knees because you're not quite leaning forward, but you're leaning forward. And so it can create problems with the knees. So in moments like that, or when someone's in camel and their hips aren't forward and they're trying to lean back and now their whole body is like this, I'm going to say something. But if your legs are separated, your feet are separated, I'm not going to say a word because I'm assuming I fly under the umbrella that you're going to do what's best for your body at that moment. Will I still cue feet together? Absolutely, I still will. Every now and then I'll say feet together or what's comfortable. Most of the time my language is bring your toes and heels together.
Because that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal is to
No.
Yes, that's
It doesn't have to be all over here. So we go back to this. We go back to Cambio's mission that yoga is accessible for everybody. So if you came to a class and I insisted every single time you came to class that your toes and heels are together and it messed with your balance or it hurt your body in a way, shape, or form, and I did not care and you're not coming back.
right.
Right? So the whole idea behind Cambio is that everybody gets to show up as they are and they get to practice. And we as the teacher allows them modifications and allows them to change the direction or whatever it is that they need to do in order to make them most comfortable. Over time, will your feet come together? I have no idea. You know, I was in fixed firm. I got down to my elbows in fixed firm and then COVID came and I'm lucky if I can just sit in fixed firm now. So there's that. So it just, and doesn't matter. No, it really does not matter. What matters is you show up. What matters is that you practice. That's all that really matters. That's the goal, is to show up on your mat. And if you sleep through class, you sleep through class. I've slept through some classes. Yeah.
While you were teaching? Just
Oh God, I want to. My students drive me insane. I just want to take a nap. Then I go home. I want to take a nap now. Okay. Any questions on the adjustments? Any questions on cues? Any questions on anything else?
I have a personal question.
A personal question?
Yeah, but it's not like weird.
Oh, well, that's
It
okay.
just pertains to me. So my hands are either like on fire and sweating or they're freezing. So I wouldn't want to like, I'm having issues on touching skin if I have clammy hands. Can I like use 2 fingers? Can I use my fist down the back, or does it have to? Because like, can I touch your back? Like they're so. Like, come here. I don't want to touch your skin because like, feel how warm my hand. Do you feel how warm I am?
Yeah.
Like it stings.
But it's a hot class.
maybe that's
like.
And if you're
you're supposed to be sweaty.
yeah.
No, I'm right.
Oh, you mean clammy sticky,
Stick.
not
you feel-
clammy slidey.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so it's
Sweaty. So like
Yeah.
if I were to like grab your elbow, you're gonna be like, ugh. Like,
Okay, I get that.
Can I like
I get that.
push you with my
No,
No.
for a variety of reasons.
Okay.
And maybe when you get to adjustments in 200, they'll be able to give you another thing. This is how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Is so if you were to do pranayama, so you really are not, you're not sliding, right?
Yeah.
And then you're just bringing the elbows together, which is your fingertips. So it's
Right.
not really the clammy part, which is usually right here, right? Is that what it is? Okay.
Mhm.
So that's okay. But when you start doing these things,
They're like,
you're not grounded.
mm,
You can slip.
mm.
You don't, not that we have a firm grip, but you're not firm in your adjustment, if that makes sense.
Okay. No, that
Okay.
makes total sense. Yeah.
So in a hot class, it might feel a little bit different touching somebody. So my suggestion is that when you get through, and if you get an internship or you teach somewhere else in a hot class and you have a friend come in, right? Just say, I'm going to adjust you in a couple of things, but I got clammy hands.
Tell me if it's weird.
Right. Tell me if it's weird.
Okay. So just try
Yeah.
people I know.
Absolutely.
But they're gonna be like, oh, she's so nice. I'm not gonna tell her. Watch.
But also in hot, like I'm gonna
Sweaty,
be, like, wet everywhere, my elbows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm completely drenched. Like,
And hot.
by the end of
you shouldn't
pranayama,
worry
so-
too much because everyone's gonna be roasting.
so it might actually work better in a hot class versus in a vinyasa class. In all honesty.
your hands on
Yeah, so like these little things like this and like the little creepy fingers and like the light little touches, that is like lazy ass adjustments. Like, don't do that, please. If you want to practice adjustments when a teacher comes into your class, always practice on a teacher. Just like, hey, I'm going to try this adjustment. Let me know what it feels like. So I was in the park helping somebody else learn adjustments, and they were doing yoga in the park, and I had a teacher, and I said, I'm going to try something. They were in not low lunge, they were in lunge, and they were twisting. So I stood behind. Did I say behind? I think I stood behind, and I took my hands and I lifted up as you lift up, and then you twist, and then twisted through the rib cage. I was like, ooh, how's that feel? He's like, oh, that was good. I was like, yes, because like in my mind it made sense, but I didn't want to try it on somebody that I didn't know, because it's a little invasive in a twist, and it's hard because people are like in a lunge too, and then you're twisting. So that could be a little like off, The teachers are like the best people. Yeah. Or friends.
Yeah.
Because they'll be honest. Because they want honesty back to them,
Yeah.
So I went to this one Iyengar class.
Oh God.
It was,
Sorry.
It was crazy because the lady was like permission to adjust, and she like put her entire body, like she like wrapped her legs around my leg and was like on me, and I was just not prepared. I don't know if that's something that is it hands only here or like oh
Yes.
okay. I mean that was weird to me, but I don't know.
Okay. So do you know what Iyengar is?
Yeah. It's like it's focused on the specific alignment of the poses.
And that's why you gotta adjust it that way. Because their whole thing is perfect alignment. Like, I don't like to use the word perfect, but they literally will push you into an alignment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why she was all over you.
Or just use your hands to do that at that
Mhm.
point, yeah.
It's like Ashtanga. So Ashtanga is they have 4 levels and they have a sequence that's the same every single time you go. But you can only go to the next pose if your like teacher says you're ready for it. But there's this one pose. What is the pose? I think it's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like their legs are back like this or something. And so like the teacher comes by and like wraps their legs around this way and presses their legs down. So I'm like literally,
Yeah.
you know, like the freak flag is flying. And I'm just this.
It's not that kind of class.
No, but I will tell you, I'll tell you what though, I could adjust her with words. Think about that too.
Yeah, that's really.
So really let that, because COVID, you couldn't touch anybody. So how do you adjust if you can't touch your cues? So your adjustment through words become your cues too. Think about it that way too. So, because you'll stand there and you'll be like, I don't have a cue. I don't know what to say. I said them all. You didn't. And there are more. Okay. Any other questions on Arda with, not to be confused with Padagustasana, which is toe stand. Toe stand. Tadasana is tree. Yep. It is in Vinyasa, but we're not in Vinyasa.
It's so it could be mountain or tree.
And my triangle is your extended side angle.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Why do we do that?
Because we have to, well, it's just, well, think about yin. You go to yin and those names are totally different for the most part. Do you know why? Because if I was to give you a cue for a vinyasa class in a yin class, your brain is going to think you're in vinyasa and you're going to go all the way to your edge. Yin is about 60% effort. You're not getting into the muscles in yin, you're getting into the fascia and the ligaments and the joints. So I'm going to name it something different. So you're like, wait, what? And then I'm going to take you into it and I'm going to let you just sit without going to your edge so that you can get into all the other areas. That's why.
So when you have things that are similar in hot and vinyasa, there's suggestion for flow. If it's a hot, like a triangle.
Wait, what?
Like why would vinyasa and hot yoga postures be the name the same but have different, like triangle, right? Like in like extended triangle, like why would you just call it extended?
Because it's hot. It's not vinyasa.
It's a different language. Like speaking different languages.
It's different.
Okay, so like
It's just like Padahastasana. We put our hands behind our feet. Padahastasana, you put your hands on your toes. Right?
different dialects.
Well, not dialect. It's different. It's different poses. Like we're doing something. When you do hands to feet pose in vinyasa, your back is rounded, right? Because your hands are underneath your. Am I correct? Your hands are underneath your toes, so like you're rounding forward. When you bring your hands back here, your back is nice and long, and you're actually pulling yourself closer to that forward fold. So it's more I would think it's more intense personally. And it's just to distinguish between hot yoga and vinyasa yoga, just like it distinguishes between vinyasa and yin yoga. So what is it? Wide-legged forward fold in yin, I think, is dragonfly. Yeah.
So like the half moon, that's different.
Half moon is different, right? Because we're standing. Well, I guess you're standing in the other one too.
So there's like basically two half moons for everybody who's doing vinyasa and hot. There's two half moons, two triangles.
So when I go and teach a gentle class and I teach extended side angle, I call it triangle. But I cue it for extended side angle.
That's not confusing.
And then one of my students went and took an intro to hot and came back and she took beginner's hot. And she came back, she goes, now I get it. I said, thank you. I'm just gonna let you know. Okay, questions on Ardha Trikonasana with Padahastasana, and don't forget the back bend. Any questions on adjustments? Any questions on cues? Any questions on what the body is doing? Warm up is to warm up the body to get the body ready for practice. That is why we're doing a lot of work. So we've just opened our lungs with pranayama. and we went 4 directions of the spine. We went side to side and front to back. So pretty much we have opened the body almost, right? So now we're going to move into Utkatasana, which is awkward pose, which is similar to chair, which is chair pose, has 3 parts, and all the vinyasa people will be like this. And then we'll bring them down like this, and then it'll be fine. So all will be well in the world. Utkatasana, we're warming up the legs. We're getting the legs ready. That's what we're doing. This is all from the waist, from the hips down. That's all we're doing is legs. So this is what we're gonna get ready for our standing practice, which is half the series, right? Because the rest is on the floor. So Utkatasana, Utkanasana, 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 huh? Utkatasana. Okay, I'm from Queens. We don't talk.
What do you use it in New York?
I thought I heard you say wolf.
All I do, all the things. Yeah. So Utkatasana. Okay. Utkatasana or Utkatasana, like I say it. There are 3 parts. There are 20 seconds each. How do we know what 20 seconds is? Oh my God. 3 breaths. Like literally, hold on. It's the easiest way to remember. Okay. Take an exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And that like 16 seconds. And I kind of talked a little fast. Yeah, that was 3 breaths. So when you go, so 20, 25 seconds, 3 to 5 breaths. We also, because this is timed, you can use a watch. I'm not going to tell you not to use a watch. We used to have stopwatch. Morgan got us all stopwatches. So cute. We all matched. And so stopwatches are great, but I'm blind. So like I can't see without my glasses, but I'm also a head sweater. So I sweat from my head. So wearing glasses while you're sweating is not working for me. I also like to teach in the dark. So I can't see. So it has to have a light for me to see. Now I don't need a watch. The only time I use a watch is when I do a 90-minute just to make sure that I stay on time. But now I pretty much know my words. So we had one student, one teacher who memorized everything that she said and timed it. And she never used a watch because she knew that blah, 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 blah was 60 seconds, other side. Da, 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 60 seconds, other side. 20 seconds, whatever. Do what's comfortable for you. This is what you won't do. Okay, we won't do that. I know a lot of people have smartwatches that you can use and they do whatever it is. My fingers are fat. Like, look at those fingers. I am not touching stuff on that little square right there. So I have a watch. I have a legit watch that has a stopwatch on it. And that's what I use. And it's like this big, and I put it right here, and I use it at a different studio that I teach hot on because I have to do certain things. And I only do it for my 60-second holds. After that, I don't even use a watch downstairs anymore. I just know my rhythm, but it came with time. Like, it legitimately took me time. So don't think, if you get it right out the gate, God bless, and tell us your secrets. Okay, who wants to cue chair? God bless you. Who wants to cue the first part of chair? You know I'm gonna call on you and you're gonna have to do it anyway, so just get up and do it. Just like, seriously, just get up and do it. You can do the whole, I know, 1, 2 with the Amy's. Don't do it with me. Come on, let's go. Come on, up, let's roll. Come on, up. So we've just come out of Padahastasana, right? We've come up. Exhale, arms down by your side. This is a great place for a breath, for your breath. We don't cue breath. Utkatasana. So it's a breath in between poses. Your breath, you don't cue the breath. That's just, it's for your timing so you can feel like what that feels like to separate in between the poses. Does that make sense? Okay, you're doing check?
Yeah. Okay, take a deep breath in. We're gonna bring our arms parallel to the floor and sit your hips back. Weight comes into the heels. And if you can't see your toes, sit your hips back even more. Bring the chest up and shoulders up, look forward. Maybe a slight round in the tailbone to alleviate that pressure. And we'll come back up to standing. Keep your arms parallel to the floor. Should I cue the
Yeah, keep going.
Come up to the balls of the feet. And then we're going to keep this spine parallel to the wall behind you. And we're going to bend the knees, slide down the wall. Keep your heels lifted, arms parallel. Breathe. Okay. One more breath. We come back up, keep standing on your toes. Knock the knees in, press the thighs together, and slide back again. Keep the back straight. Keep breathing. Come down a little lower. And then we come back up and release. You can put your arms back.
What'd you forget?
Spacing.
Thank you. What's the spacing?
2
Here we are.
fists or hip width.
Yep. 2 fists, everything touching is hip width for your body. So women feel our hips are like this. Yeah. Okay. And men think their hips are like this. And then when men go down and do this, they're like, huh. They're like totally impressed. Lots of people will ignore you. Does it matter? Not really. Like, we're gonna fight that in the hot room, and then class are gonna go over because you have to do all the poses. So yes, feet are hip width distance apart.
Maybe slightly wider.
Yes, I will cue hip width distance apart. Where you go is your business. If I see somebody like this, I'm making them come in. And you will have people who want to go a lot wider. They're just not paying attention, which is fine. Like, I get it. You go into a class and like, I'll be here and all of a sudden they're like, oh, we're going into this. I'm just like, how do you, because it feels good. Or they just feel comfortable. So extra wide, I don't like. It just defeats the purpose. The whole purpose of this pose is to keep yourself here, right? You're in perfect, which I say in quotes, which means it's bullshit, perfect alignment. And then you go into your pose. So when you're here, you're taking it out of the knees, you're going into the quads, you're going into the soles of the feet, right? And then you're engaging the core. Your back is long for support. Your arms reaching forward is your counterbalance to you sitting back and down. Does that make sense? So when you have your feet in hip width, bring your arms parallel with the floor, squeeze your finger, bring your arms parallel with the floor again. Squeeze your fingers together. Your arms stay at shoulder height. Take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, send your hips back first, then sit down. Now sit down into your chair. Now look down at your toes. If you can see your toes, great. If not, sit back a little bit more. Lift your toes slightly, shift your weight to your heels. Engage the belly, core, whatever you want to call it. You have a slight reach forward with your arms. Now, without coming up, lift your chest, roll your shoulders up, back and down. So you're exaggerating that C curve in the back of your spine. This is what we're doing, right? We're coming here. And then inhale, come all the way up. Keep your arms right where they are. Part 2 takes place behind the tippy toes. Come all the way up on the toes. Balls of the feet, perfect. From here, and I literally say this, listen, just push your knees forward. Bend your knees, push them where the floor and the wall meet. You will slide down an imaginary wall behind you. Keeping your shoulders over your hips. Lydia, lean forward just a little bit. So just your knees go forward. Just the knees, like you're against the wall. Your heels can lift. Lift your heels, yeah. Good. It's not about how far down you go. It's more about how high you lift your heels. So lift your heels up. Take the shoelace side of your feet, press them to the front of the room. Bring your shoulders back. Yep. Go back all the way, Jenna. Keep going.
Good injury.
Keep going. Oh, okay. Never mind. Then don't do it. Then don't do it. Inhale, rise. Come all the way up. Heels come down to the mat. Re-engage your arms. Don't move your feet. Slight bend in the knees. Knock your knees together. You're zipped up from knee to groin. As you push your knees forward, like part 2, sliding down that imaginary wall, let your heels lift, come all the way to come down. I just say come down. Push your knees forward, slide down that wall. Good, breathe. Breathe, keep squeezing the knees and the thighs together. Now you can torture them or you don't have to. Come up 1 inch and hold. 1 inch. 1 inch is like half your thumb. Come up 1 more inch and hold. Squeeze the knees together. Squeeze them together. Squeeze them together. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Right foot knees to left, arms down by your side. What is your, may I ask?
It's a
You don't have to tell me.
tibialis posterior and it's radiating into my foot, so I can't go onto my toes. too
Okay,
much.
gotcha. Okay. That's fine. That's the last thing we do on our toes anyway. Yeah, we don't do anything else on our toes. No, we don't.
Oh wait, we do the same.
Yeah, but you're not on your, well, yeah, but she wouldn't do toe stand.
Yeah.
Which is not required, so. And that's next week. So, questions? How's that feel? Are we done? We're over? Yep, I hear you.
I love your cue about like just pushing your feet or your knees forward, and I even worry, or even like before that when you were like, don't even sit down. What was it? When you were right here.
Send your hips back. So,
back, yeah.
so you're sitting in a chair. You don't sit in a chair like this. You sit in a chair like this. Like you legit sit back. Legitimately sit back. I find that cueing the hips back first and then sitting down, you actually get what it looks like in Utkatasana. That's the first part. The first part, we're leaning forward because we're sitting back and we're sitting down.
Are your hamstrings supposed to be parallel to the floor like that?
For her, they can be. For her. I don't cue that. I don't worry about hardly anybody is going to drop their hips all the way down. Yeah. They will on the next 2, but they won't. Usually they don't on that. And then is keeping the chest lifted because you want that little C curve in the back of your spine, like right here. But a lot of people tend to do this. So you'll see this. Because and they're engaging nothing. In all honesty, they're engaging nothing. They're resting their belly down because they're tired, and we haven't even gone through warm up yet. So that's what they're doing. So that's why hips come back. So if you lift the chest, then you lift this up too. Yep, chin parallel with the floor. Don't look up. Yep, you look straight ahead. On part 2,
I was gonna ask you.
no, what was your cue about the back?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if this is even right, but I've heard in chair pose, like for me personally, when I'm like this, it puts so much, this is the vinyasa one, but puts so much pressure on my back that if I just do a slight tuck in the tailbone, it helps me, it takes away the pain and the pressure for me.
Mm-hmm.
I engage my core more. I noticed you said that.
Yeah.
So your electric toes, yeah.
Abdomen engaged. Small back bend in the low spine. So you want that little bend, but I understand what you're saying about crunching into the low back.
Especially with the arms up in vinyasa, like that just becomes painful for me.
Right, how does it feel when you're this way?
That way it doesn't hurt. It really isn't as bad. But yeah. Also, I
Again,
like
hot trumps vinyasa.
for the when you put your
What was your cue? Part 2, what was your cue about the back? You said
tuck
something.
the tailbone.
Tuck the tailbone, but then you said something about the back. What did you
Slide
say?
your back to the back parallel to the wall.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
back parallel to the wall.
Is that a good one?
Yes, that's why I asked you to repeat it.
Oh, sorry. Exactly. I've taken
This is where I get cues too, just so you know.
right.
Like serious, I said that before. Yeah, I love that. Wow.
So my question for you
Yes.
was,
That's more important.
that's okay. I cued like come to your toes, then knock the knees together, and you said knock the knees together and slide them forward, and then the hips will or the heels will naturally lift.
I'm gonna give you grace because you don't have the manual.
Yeah.
But you will at lunch. Keep the arms parallel to forward. Re-engage the upper arms. Oh no, it says inhale, come up, set the hips down. Oh no, wait a minute, you're right. Bring your knees together and squeeze. My mistake.
I like yours better.
I don't like that because my whole thing is keeping the feet parallel. When you say bring your knees in, this is what people do. And some people are going to have to do that, right? So I think my personal opinion is this way: bending the knees first and knocking them together is more natural than and easier than this.
I agree.
Because I'm trying to balance. And that feels awkward to me. However, how does it feel to everybody else?
I liked how the heels naturally lift at the start to bend. That makes sense to me personally. Because like you said, it's hard to balance and then knock them together.
Then when you said something about zipping up, I like that too.
Yeah.
Zip up from knee to groin.
Yeah.
Use the abdomen, working the spine, sit the hips down towards the heels off the floor, push the knees forward. Did you just print that?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Of course.
That's weird. I'm gonna talk to the Amy's about that. But either way, it's fine. Legit. I do questions on anything else for chair.
No. Guess are we gonna get to adjustments now?
I don't. Oh, I was getting ready to do that. I don't really adjust in chair.
Okay.
Their adjustments are none.
Why?
Adjustments. First of all, they're balancing on their toes. Balancing postures are really hard to adjust. Although they're really important to adjust. So like there's that. Huh? I don't adjust an eagle. I used to. I don't anymore. But you can, like we'll go over it. For part one in awkward, you can have their hands in your hands and hold their hands so they stay at shoulder height. But think about this way. So now we are face to face. Like I'm like literally looking at you. There is nowhere for you to go. It can be very awkward for people, so don't look at that. I'll just say later. I literally just walk up, put my hands right under, and I make eye contact like I know that you're here and I see you and I have you. But then I am literally doing this. I'm cueing and I'm looking around, right? And so that I'm not staring at her, making her feel uncomfortable, or him, whoever it is, making them feel uncomfortable. Because then when you do that, because now looking at her, now we're probably laughing, right? So we're laughing, I'm not cueing. And I'm not watching my class, right? So you have to keep those things in mind. That's the only adjustment is for that. Anybody received a different adjustment in part 2 or 3? Anybody?
Have we received a different adjustment?
Have you received an adjustment in part 2 or 3 in chair?
I'm just wondering, is somebody, I feel like at some point somebody must have like come behind me and done the rib cage thing, right? I guess that was in vinyasa because your hands are up. That makes sense. Okay, I'm hot.
They say NASA.
Modifications for this hands here. I've seen people struggle or just bring their hands to heart center in all 3 parts, and that's absolutely fine. I mean, it's mainly the bottom part that we're actually like activating and working, even though the whole body is working, but like that's where the concentration is the balance, that slight balance, and the strength of the legs. So keeping your hands here at heart center is fine. For modifications for part 2, where you are up on your toes and you just push your knees forward. You can stand on your toes without bringing your hips down. You can lean against the wall. So here's the thing with modifications. You can get lost in your modifications by thinking you have to say all of them. No, I don't say modifications throughout the whole thing, do I?
I don't think I've ever really.
Yeah. I do if it's needed. Like if I see somebody else or like that struggles with something, or like, so arms, I'll say as I'm walking past, I'll just and they're like seriously, people like appreciate a modification, or when you hand them a block or a strap. Like straps are kind of hard because they're not in the room anymore. We're gonna get to eagle. We're not there yet. We're still working on chair. No, I know, but you're right. We will. So you just want to keep those kind of things in mind. People going forward, they're gonna try. This is my thing. This is the way I teach, is my whole goal is to give you the space to realize how strong you are. And I don't just mean that physically, I mean that mentally, I mean that emotionally, I mean that all around. So if I see you can hang without a modification, I'm gonna let you hang without a modification. I'm not going to let you be in pain. And like I can tell the difference, if that makes any sense. Like I don't know how else I hope that it sounds hard. I don't mean it to be harsh or cruel or like a mother forcing their kid to pick weeds in the backyard. That's not where I'm going. But you understand, does that make sense? Okay. But people have self-autonomy, so they don't have to do anything they want to. Okay, we good on those three things? Yes? And good job, Keely.
Yeah.
Very good. That was good. Oh, I love that. All right, let's go ahead and do well actually what time is it? Oh, 30. Oh, the 33. Okay, let's get up. So you're gonna go. So Jonathan and Beck, you're gonna cue together. Judy and Hannah are gonna go together, and oh, you two already were.
Together, we could do that.
Oh, that's what I meant to do. I meant to go that way. I started this way and I thought I had to continue. So Jonathan and Beck and Hannah and Angie and Judy and Jenna. Okay.
Now, before we start though, you open that bag of veggies?
This?
Very nice.
Well, you're gonna be queuing.
Oh.
Get up and queue. Practice teach first. Practice teach first. Oh, you already put Hannah in that, John? Huh?
Are we just doing check?
Yeah, all three parts. Oh. There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, every city. I'm kidding.
Well, no, I'm progress because I needed it.
Okay.
So,
So we just hang out of the grab things and then we pay off that and now we do your arms. It's for racing. Allowing to you.
You have kids
Part.
have grandkids.
To your kids.
One time that I had.
No, you don't have to. You don't know it's not.
Switch here.
Okay, so.
You're down to comfortable.
And you put your fist,
Pause.
space, starting back.
Come back up.
You put it around your toe. And then you inhale, arms around. We do it now.
Oh, yeah, I was just doing it.
Yeah, I'll listen to you. Like he's going on your
Now,
knees.
We're going to come up on our heels.
Put your
Then
butt
come
down
back
and
down.
your wall behind you. Put your feet down.
Down to
Then
your
push your
toes.
knees together. Push
Here.
forward.
Pull
Yeah,
for a few
and
seconds.
then now we
Push back up.
Yeah, there it is.
Keep your palm parallel to the ground.
Back is parallel. So we
Now
all
we're going to bring our
behind
thighs
you.
together.
Yeah. Heels are
Squeeze our- Squeeze and
Oh, wait.
what is it, zipping up? Yeah, something like that. And then now we'll come back down.
Heels down. And on your next one.
Down to your comfortable.
Feet down.
And then breathe back up.
Yeah.
Heels back to the ground.
Yeah, you're going to lift your thighs together, right? Or hip
You said,
and
you said
come
lift
up
the
and to the ground.
toes.
Exhale,
Oh,
you're going to again. push your
Yeah, yeah,
back
but
out.
it's-
That's interesting. I can like down your knees like. No. You lift the toes if.
There, it's
Or you
breathing
without
without
doing
breathing.
Right.
Because otherwise I'm like, if I'm doing it.
And then come back up and then.
telling myself.
And then take your follow your left child knees off your. Yeah, it's hard to think about it and not. It's so good as well. Maybe coming down a little bit.
Yeah.
What's your treatment?
Oh, this is, oh, you've ever been Ren and Stimpy? Or Postman?
I like our knees together.
Thank you. Anyway, it's like early 90s. Only 98.
Oh, yeah, see that.
John, have a seat. You're done, have a seat.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't. Okay, so we're like, like, you know, like, I don't know, sort of, like, yeah. So you don't have to like, so you need a little space, or like, in between. Yeah. And then everything is that. No, that's hard, that's why it's not people. And every time you're lower, you know, but it's so good for you. Yeah. My orders. Oh, yeah, yeah. Take your leather. Really like, I gotta remember that. Yeah. All the way up. So I like. Stevens. Oh, I down the wall. And then you have to go to the back. Down. Okay. Keep back. Slide down. Parallel. And hold it, right? No, we don't want to run it. I'm helping you. Right. By being my dad, now we come back up. You practice with the heels on the ground. Then we're gonna do that. Zip up the leg, lock the knees together, and the chest all chest together. Slide forward, and the heels start lifted. So there's parallel press the knees forward, forward. Hold it. Back straight. Remember to breathe.
Long, not straight, long.
Back long. Okay, long. Now one minute. Go down to your.
I'll do it for a moment.
Yeah. Okay. Come down. I hate when they make me laugh when I'm like in a half moon. That's so hard to breathe. I like laugh. Chest up. Okay. Lift your up your feet.
Good times, yeah.
Cool. Nice work. Feel that?
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold it. Feel down.
Well, I didn't say it. Was changing back.
Oh, okay.
Say something about the spine going down. It's it.
Yeah. Back straight, like very all the way up, or like that, and then the other one is together. Let go of your knees. Let go of your heels. Down. Release your
Making like a
knees.
C.
Oh yeah, bring your arms down. Yeah, I think that's for the first one.
Okay. I'll try to bring them for
I love them. Oh yeah.
you. Okay, questions?
Thank
How'd
you.
that feel?
Your name was again?
I'm back.
Becky. Okay.
Okay, please remember breath. Inhale, exhale. We inhale, we open, we exhale, we close. Inhale, bring your arms up straight out in front, parallel with the floor, squeeze your fingers together. Exhale, send your hips back, sit down. Okay, so remember your inhales and your exhales. Also, when they sit down in part 2 and 3, hips never go past the knees. You will see people who will do that, people that can sit all the way down. Their hips will go past their knees. We're never doing that.
What would that even look like?
Nothing I can do. Hold on, I know there's.
You didn't say anything. You can see your toes.
See where her hips are, down by her heels. And see where her knees are. It's a small picture.
Yeah.
So you're keeping your thighs parallel when you sit all the way down because you're working the feet. Once you sit all the way down, now what happens? You're doing this.
So you shouldn't cue for them to go into a toe stand or anything like that in these poses. I don't know.
What do you mean a toe stand?
Like I've seen some people go like kind of do what she's doing. Like you come super low or you're like that kind of.
Right, but your hips are above your knees.
Hips are above. How would they
know? Who knows?
Oh, like this. That's what the knees are
Yeah.
above the hips.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, I couldn't think of it. I didn't understand.
It's like, what are you talking about?
I know.
So that's why I love this book right here. So this book right here has a lot of that, like the no's, the don'ts, the what. Please remember that this is geared more towards Bikram teaching. So there will be some cues that we will never say, which is lock out your knees, lock out your elbows. Ever in a freaking lifetime will we ever say that. Okay, we will also not call each other fat. We will not tell people to suck in their big fat bellies and all those other things that he likes to say to people.
He says that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he does.
Watch the documentary. Yeah, I need to so bad.
Okay, first of all, don't watch the documentary if you get triggered by sexual assault or creepy behavior like that. And
degrading language. So I'm just putting that out there first, because if that triggers you or you don't want to see that, don't watch it.
Crazy part about that though, that's kind of like how they talk in general.
That's what?
That's kind of how they talk in general.
Yes.
Especially education and stuff.
So I watch him on TikTok. They have an account, and so I watch it with no sound, and I just watch how the students go into their poses, just body wise. Because they're pretty much all almost perfect, because they've been practicing for a really long time. So I like. And if you ever to listen to him on TikTok, he doesn't cue anything. Head back, look back, head back, look back, head back, look back. Like that's all he says. He never says like engage this, engage that, da da da. You know, he's like, oh, come forward a little more, come forward a little more, come forward a little more. Like, where are your cues?
That was my first class. That's how it was. Head back, drop back, go back, go back, go back, go back. That's interesting. Sorry.
Okay, we're a little behind. Last in our warm-up, because I talk and y'all didn't tell me to shut up. Last in our warm-up series is Garudasana, eagle. Garudasana, 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 eagle pose, 20 seconds on the right, 20 seconds on the left. So we have opened up the right side body. We have opened up the left side body. We have opened up the front body. We have opened up the back body. We have worked our legs for 20, 40, 60 for a minute, because 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. And now we're going to work the middle of the body. This is a compression pose. We are squeezing everything into the middle. That is what eagle is for. So we have really like woken up the body and warmed it up in all ways possible, right? Except for we're not doing. No, we did an inversion. We did forward fold. Your courage alignment level, hand at the center of the backwards. There are adjustments. I don't adjust in eagle. I used to have people sit on my knees in eagle for balance to help them, but I don't. I will cue eagle first. Come on up. So we just came out of chair. So everybody go into the last part of chair right here. Okay, squeeze your knees together. We're only gonna be here for 10 seconds, so not even that long. Inhale, come on up. Right foot meets the left, arms down by your side. Last in our warm-up series is Garudasana Eagle. Inhale the arms up overhead, palms touch. Take your right arm, swing it underneath your left. Take your bind or your hug. Pull your elbows all the way down into your chest. Your fingers are literally in front of your nose. Can you take a bind? Can you do this? No. You know why he can't do that? Because he works out. Look at his arm muscles. Seriously, no. And most men, well, anybody, even females who work out like that, who are bulky here, cannot find that rounding in the back where they bring the arms all the way over and take a bind. So he can take a hug. Okay, and arms right here, like you're taking a literal hug. Your elbows are down because we want that compression. So the first compression that you have is the arms in front of the chest. That's ad-libbed. Okay, so put your elbows down into your chest. Sit back in the yogi chair you just came out of. At your lowest point in your chair, take your right leg high up and over the left. We are crossing our legs. You may wrap your toes, you may just leave your toes pointed, or you may use your toes as a kickstand down on the floor. Wherever you are, your standing leg is bent. Sit down into your eagle and lift your chest. Amy likes to say, bring your shoulder blades to the back of the room. Nice, Jenna, I saw that. That was very good. Sit down a little bit more. Take your right hip, bring it back, square your hips to the front of the room because they came with your right leg. Sit down a little bit more. Take your elbows to the left, just a touch. Okay, take your hands down. No, everybody stay where you are. Take your hands down. Come like this. Okay. Bend your knees. Take your toes right here. Look at my feet. Yeah, sorry. I just realized I'm going backwards of you too. So you're going to be here, and you're going to take your toes and you bring them right there. So these are in front of each other. Yep. Bend this knee a little bit. Yes. Now bring your hands here to start.
And you're just gonna stay there. Pull your elbows down. Release, unwind, palms touch overhead, left arm underneath the right arm. Pull your elbows down into your chest, sit back into your chair. Take your left leg high up and over the right. So you'll do the same thing. Yep. Other leg. Did you do the left?
Yeah.
First? All right, to the right. So left leg should come over. Your standing leg is always bent. That's non-negotiable. You're sitting down and you're lifting your chest up, bring your shoulder blades to the back of the room. You're squeezing everything into the midline. What we're squeezing is we're squeezing our lymph nodes right here, and we're squeezing our lymph nodes in our armpits. So we bring everything in. Do not stay right here. When I say release, when you open back up, your lymphatic system gets a nice rush through the lymph nodes. And release. Palms touch overhead, arms down by your side. Warm up is complete. Go ahead and get some water. It's your first official water break. Please remember to take small sips and not huge gulps. Questions?
You ask this one.
I have a question. So my question is, so when you're in eagle, you have your arms squeezing, but you lift the chest up. I don't know if this is a vinyasa thing, but I've heard the modification to like lift the elbows up. I don't know if that gets rid of the compression that you want. It is? Okay. That's what I think. That's what I thought. So interesting to squeeze it versus.
Well, it's compression, so that's why we're squeezing.
So the elbows tucked down.
That's why I say pull the elbows all the way down. Fingers are actually in front of your eyes. So like this. And so what's happening is your back, the top of your back is rounding, your shoulders are coming forward, your chest is concaving in because of the compression of the arms in front, right? So you're getting into these lymph nodes right here in your armpits. A little bit into your neck and not much, because I think we have some like right in here. And then the squeezing of the legs, it's the lymph nodes in the groin area, that is where you're squeezing. Gotcha.
So for the hot
elbows in and down. Yep. And you'll know who goes to vinyasa because they'll be like this, and I'll be like, do this, and they'll do that, and then I turn around and they're back up like this. It's just muscle memory.
Yeah,
it's legit what it is.
Yep.
Is there any place that there's like maybe it's online where you could find the differences between the vinyasa and the hot?
Like a 1-for-1.
Yeah.
You can probably pull out your vinyasa manual.
I have a good 1-for-1, and I can do it that way with the cues. Make a manual for us. I might do it. It's driving me crazy.
I mean, that's what I would do. Is look at your vinyasa manual and compare it to your hot manual.
I think like the cues would be different. Like the pose is the same, but then all the cues would be completely different.
Well, in chair. No, wait a minute. In eagle, I believe you do legs first and then arms. In vinyasa.
Really?
Yep, I believe that to be true.
Yeah, then because you spiral them up, and then how does that work? I don't remember.
You go into chair and take your right leg and bring it over your left, and then you bring your right arm underneath your left arm, but your arms are already up because they're up here, so it's an extension of your chair. So you're just doing this. And you're keeping your biceps parallel with the floor. So your chest is lifted more in a different capacity. So the front of your chest is lifted, where in ours, the front of our chest is compressed and your back is open and lifted.
It's also like easier to do in vinyasa because like your elbows are up and you're not compressing, but you still have to bring your shoulder blades to the back of the wall. So you're almost like, I don't know, you're aligning the spine, but it's almost this counterintuitive thing because you're so compressed here, but you want to have a straight back.
So it's not so much as a straight back, you want to lift up.
Chest.
Because when you're here, you have the opening of the back, but you lose the compression here the more you come down this way. So think about that. When you're here, you can do it seated. When you're here and you pull your elbows down and you start coming forward, what do you feel is releasing? Is no longer, yeah, all this right in here. It has now become It's just, now it's just hanging.
But it's nice and tight here. I can feel it.
Yep, and then here is where you get the compression, which is what you want, is you want that compression. That's what you want.
I feel like my left side better than my right side.
And that is true. Everybody has an easy side versus a hard side. So like my left side hurts more, where my right side I can stay.
Get it.
Yep. So this is not eagle arms.
Yeah.
I don't know who invented this. I don't know who started this. I don't know why people do this, but nothing irritates me more than this. And so I literally will tell them to take a hug.
If you cannot.
This will never get you to a bind. You are not doing anything. You are literally reaching your fingers up to the ceiling, and this arm is chilling, holding it up. That's all you're doing. You're doing absolutely nothing.
What's your cue? What's your cue there? If you can't touch your palm to your other forearm.
Inhale your arms up overhead, palms touch. Take your right arm, swing it underneath your left. Take your bind or a hug.
If you don't have any bind.
Take your bind or a hug. Or a hug. What did you want me to say?
Well, I want to, I guess that. Say that, yeah, I think it.
Well, what did you want to say though?
Well, what I wanted to say was if you can't form a bind, take a hug.
Right, and that is a hierarchy cue. And hierarchy cues are a division in the class. And I'm guilty. There are times where I have said hierarchy cues. I'm trying really hard to, like, that's like my thing that I'm trying to work on. What you just told them, that if they can't do something, they have to do something minor.
So should you say like feel free to instead of if you can?
If you want to add all of those words in, go right ahead. I just say take the bind or a hug.
What if safety?
Then you need to reword it differently. Because if you can, if you can't, I hate this. If it's not in your practice tonight, just they get to choose. Like, you're giving them a choice. They get the choice. So take a bind or a hug. Whichever you choose, pull your elbows down into your chest, because that's where you're going anyway. I don't really care how you get there. So it's more so than not dividing the class. Or how about, like, and I've been guilty of this too, go to your edge. Find a new edge. Well, what happens if I can't find an edge? So now I have all the people finding an edge. And then you know what happens when you say that? The teacher normally looks at the person who's going to the edge and ignores the people who cannot. And maybe I have an edge, but I just don't feel like showing it today because I don't feel good. So I'm going to stay right here in the beginning and not go any further versus going to my edge.
You feel like going to your edge.
Yeah, but that's yeah, but now you're just degrading those that don't feel like it. And why don't you feel like it?
But you have to also include them and say, if you don't feel like going to your edge, do whatever you feel like.
It's not a conversation. You're actually telling them what to do. So there's a difference too. So we're not talking to, like, we're not going, so like we're not doing that. This is what we're doing.
But you can.
We are doing this. We are here doing this. When you start adding in all of those words, guess what? The next class has started and you're still not on the floor. I get you. Like, I understand it. Like, in all honesty, I really, really do. Because I'm like that too. Because I'd rather come over, stroke you a little bit, and just encourage you and like help you get there. But you can't do that. You give them the self-autonomy to get where they want to go by the words that you use and the cues that you use.
What did you say again?
Huh?
What did you say again to do that?
Do what?
What was it?
Take a bind.
Take
a bind or a hug.
Yeah, take a bind or a hug.
Take a bind or a hug.
Can you show me what is a bind and a bind?
So this is the bind, because you're wrapping your arms, like whenever you wrap around something, it's called a bind.
Okay.
Okay, it's like when you wrap your arm behind you in like triangle, or extended side angle, reverse warrior. Was one of them. Reverse. Oh no, you can do it in triangle too. Reverse warrior. When you come back like this, instead of just letting your hand slide down the back of your thigh, you can also bind it behind your back. Like so anytime you wrap your arm, it's a bind, no matter what pose you're doing. So yeah. We good? Okay. We're going to teach that. We still have to get through balancing. I'm just going to take, and you have to practice teach. We're good. We'll get there. Don't worry about it. We're not in a rush. But I do want to kind of like stay on time. So we have 3 minutes, maybe 4 or 5. So come on up. This is what I want you to do. I want you to teach, keep the same partners you had before. Teach eagle right and left. Teach it, don't discuss it. Don't help your partner with a different cue or explain anything about the body. Just teach it, okay? Okay, come on up, go.
Okay, yeah, alright. Did you guys film me some trees? Okay.
So.
Right? I know.
So we just came out of our chair.
Chair.
And so now.
So. Bring our arms up, yeah, bring it on back. And you can either.
Bring right.
Or head yourself.
Down.
So.
Wrap, right, so by left. Right.
Right.
Right, so to left. Elbows down.
So you're gonna take your right arm and your left arm.
Left.
And
Elbows down. Sit down.
cross it
To your.
left.
Sit down to your chair.
Now you're gonna
Across
sit
the
down.
leg. Pick up your right foot.
Take your right leg
Cross it
over,
over.
cross over your,
Left arm
left
comes
leg.
on your right. Find your balance.
and then sink back down.
And then drop down. Drop down. Bend the
Sit
little bit.
down.
Left leg comes over the right leg.
And come back
Keep
up.
standing or tucking behind the
Back down
calf.
to the ground.
Pull the elbow
Reach
down,
out.
chest.
Knees, elbows to the middle.
And back up in the
Their
air.
shoulders back.
Cross your left over, cross your left to your right. Like so. I'll take the hug.
Bring it. Legs.
And we'll bend down.
Okay.
Take our left leg over our right. And then come back down. And then just for a few seconds. Come back up.
Bring knees, elbows over the line.
Arms,
Hips in the air.
hands to your sides.
Press shoulders back.
Right.
Over hips.
Let me find one thing before I go.
Are you?
That's cute.
Wait.
So
it's exhaling.
Inhale,
arms come right back up.
say ooh, cheating, ooh.
Make sure.
Yeah,
you-
I wanted to know,
Okay,
so right arm under the left, and then
exhale, drop the
right
leg
leg
over
over left.
Okay.
And then same.
Oh, see the before you do it.
Knees together.
Yep, right side, left side.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I was
Down,
really decreasing.
Down, close down.
Alright.
Sit down, touch your
We're
hand.
gonna inhale, arms up,
Hips
arm
back.
under the right exhale, we're gonna swing the right arm
Down
under
to
the
the
left.
Okay.
And left side,
the
or
left
to,
leg.
yeah, behind the
We're
hug.
gonna
We're gonna sit our hips back. Squeeze the elbows down. Take the right leg high. Cross it over the left. And then back over the other leg. And I sit down, you right. Breathe.
Pull elbows down, put the chest.
Squeeze the legs together.
Squeeze.
And then I inhale and exhale. Reach the arms back up.
Back
We're gonna swing the left arm.
Exhale down.
Take deep breath. We're gonna inhale,
When you're done, have a seat.
sit down. And we're gonna drive the left leg
I'm not
up and over the right leg and sit back on the chair. And squeeze the thighs together.
This is start.
Squeeze the elbows down. You'll keep control with better. I think first.
Yeah.
Breathe. And then you stand back up. Bring the arms back up. And release. You go flat, yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good gorgeous. Yeah.
I never find my mouse.
Okay, are you supposed to be perfect today?
No.
Thank you.
Yes.
Are you supposed to be perfect in 6 months?
Yes.
Thank you. That's right. How'd that feel?
Great.
Questions?
Mm.
None? Okay, we're gonna have lunch. You are free to, we have 30 minutes. You are free to stay here and eat here. You can go eat out there. I think if they're at lunch, you can use the microwave, get your food out of the refrigerator, whatever it is. You can leave and then come back. Just be back by 12:30. I don't really care. Don't y'all move, I'll move it once, please.
You have a water cooler here or something like that?
No, there's a sink.
See, tap water?
Yeah, it's tap water.
All right.
As long as you don't live in security, then you're good.
Is now a good time to bother you about the class thing?
As soon as I can.
It's roasty in here.
It is, I'm sweating.
I'm trying to.
Leave the door open.
Yeah.
There it is.